Sure, why not?
Welcome, guys. Thanks for the patience. Sorry for the. Actually, here, hang on. Give me just a second. Oh, well, never mind. Never mind. All right. I was having a call come in. Anyways, um, sorry for the inconvenience, guys. Had some technical difficulty with my audio as well. So, one headache after another. But we got everything ready and going. So, let's get this show on the road. Let's get this show on the road. So tonight we're talking about the car market and how I'm sure all of you have been seeing the countless videos, probably on TikTok or X or YouTube, where new cars are just lined up on lots and no one's buying them. No one's buying them. You can see here. I don't know if you happen to have the stream pulled up on another monitor, but
Yeah, I do.
okay. But you can see here Black Friday sales. How is it a sale if it's going from almost $90,000 to $50,000? How is that a sale? How is that a good deal for anyone? And the average, hang on.
This is like what they're asking compared to where they want to ask. Like the 89 is like what the dealership actually wants you to spend on a car, which is it's
Okay,
terrible. It's terrifying.
there we go. Kelly New Book. According to Kelly New Book. According to Kelly New Book, the average price for a new car here in America is $50,000. But guess what? Used cars, not too much better.
No.
Up to 25,000. I was seeing anywhere from 20,000 or 25,000 to $27,000. So, and let's see, up $56 from the month before. Okay, so prices now sit 2% higher than a year ago for used cars. And I
That's
believe I believe uh Untamed Motors, he talks quite a bit about the price rise today as compared to a few years ago. And so we're going to get into this video. We're going to talk about it because there's a lot to talk about. But what I want to talk with you guys about, because this is something that Mike and I was talking about a little bit earlier, was that you can still get around on an e-bike, and that's going to be your best option.
why
And
not?
and as of now, you don't have to have insurance on this. So guess what? That extra anywhere from 100 to now 300. Some I've been seeing what, 5 600, you know, dollars a month in car insurance. You don't have to pay that. You can just buy an e-bike for, if you want to drop 3K on it, sure, why not? You know,
You could even change
save
the
yourself some
tires
money.
to have it more suited for winter needs too. Like there's a huge market for it. I
Yes,
wouldn't pass it up, especially today. Like, what's the point of spending $50,000 on a car?
exactly. For something that is over computerized, something that's designed to break down within the next few years so that you take it back to the dealership so that they can charge you more and more and more and more to quote unquote fix it.
Yeah, because they control that car. It's not like you can bring it to any mechanic.
Right. Right.
What a shame.
It is. It is. So that is what we're talking about today. And when it comes to car insurance, well, there is some gender and age based, I would say, discrimination when it comes to insurance or pricing wise. Because, well, according to according to, or I had it. Where did I have it? Let's see, Disparty Law Group. You have, let's see, men represent 70% of fatal crashes. That's what I saw. Okay, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, men account for approximately 70% of all fatal crashes. In contrast, women are involved in fewer fatal accidents, but tend to experience more minor fender benders. Shocker, right? Women are notorious for taking out those curbs, okay? So, we've got to protect those curbs. Got to protect those curbs, okay?
Yeah, but men do tend to crash and burn when they do crash.
That's true.
So,
That's true. So, even though that is the case, um, men are still charged at a higher rate, but women get into more accidents. Interesting.
yeah, that is interesting.
Very interesting. So, and usually those fatal crashes tend to be, or well, okay, maybe retract that. I'm not going to say that it's due to drunk driving or running from the law or anything like that, because I don't really know, but that really needs to change. So, but I think that's incredibly interesting. But as insurance continues to grow or to get higher, right, in pricing, why not just get yourself an e-bike? You know, skip the middleman, because we all know that these insurance deductibles are absolute ass, right? Because I had a trouble with them myself a few years ago. A um I had some debris hit my windshield. Had a rock hit and crack my windshield, and I needed to get that replaced. So I reached out to my insurance. Said, "Hey, look, there's a big ass crack on my windshield. I need it replaced. What can you guys do? I pay you guys monthly. What can you do?" "Oh, well, our deductible is $500. "Okay, well, my
500.
windshield, yeah. "Okay, well, my windshield, the most expensive they could find was $500." And they said they couldn't do that. So I said, "Okay, fuck you." I hung up on them. And, well, wouldn't you know, I found someone who could do it for a lot cheaper than $500, $400. I had my windshield replaced for $200. And I
Wow.
paid for that. And I wish I had saved that guy's number, because holy shit, could I use him again if that happens to happen again.
Or even
So,
just spread the word of his business.
which is what I'm doing now, right? So,
Hmm.
but even the point is that what's the point of spreading the information if I can't even find his number, you know?
For now, we could
For
bring it
now,
up in another live stream or something.
for now.
Because I know we're gonna keep talking about this because I can go hours upon hours of just expressing my hatred for Ferrari. Just as an Italian, like North American, you're right.
Yeah,
That could trace my roots back there in Italy. I just disapprove of what Ferrari stands for as a whole. It's a cult. It's a
right.
cult. It's not a car manufacturer. It's not a racing pedigree like team anymore. It's a cult.
Well, when you
We're
have a bunch of rich assholes who all want a Ferrari for whatever reason.
I don't know why.
Anyways, just
There's
so
better options.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Anyways, just so we don't go down that rabbit hole right now, I want to get started on this video here because Untamed Motors has some pretty some pretty interesting things to say. So,
Mm.
excuse me, and this was a little over a week ago. So let's get into it.
Check it out. We have a Black Friday discount of $52,000.
Oh, Mike, can you hear that?
The video is playing for me. No, I don't think so.
$545 off. Rather than selling it to you and I, the consumer, at a great discount, they would just wholesale the vehicle.
Oh. No, it is. Sorry, I had the stream muted. My bad.
Oh.
Check it out. We have a Black Friday discount of $52,545 off. Rather than selling it to you and I, the consumer, at a great discount, they would just wholesale the vehicle. And that's always served as a safety blanket for them. Right now, wholesale values are plummeting. Auto loan debt has surpassed $1.65 trillion. That is unprecedented figure, and it continues to grow at a compounding rate. Just under 80% of all Americans claim to be living paycheck to paycheck. Ford is now offering 0% interest rates on a brand new Ford F-150. The average cost of a new vehicle now has surpassed $50,000.
See, here's the thing. There should be 0% interest rate anyways. Because the idea of interest is theft. It is. Because if I owe someone, or if I want to pay something, right, that's $10, and they want to charge a 10% interest, which is crazy, but now I'm going to owe them $20 after the $10 are paid off. So, well, let's say over a day, right? What? Or no, I'm sorry. No, that's $11, right? Because
but still.
So, you know, even if it's $1 or $10 or $100, it doesn't matter, right? The thing is that when you're paying interest, it's money that you didn't agree to pay anyways, right? Now, I guess
that wasn't on the price tag.
Right. The price tag said $52,000.
But that's not the real price.
Well, the real price was $90,000. But oh boy, you come in for the Black Friday sale. Oh man, and you can get $20,000 off of it. $20,000 off of it. You're still paying a mortgage payment for the goddamn car, though.
For a car.
An entire mortgage payment for a car. Dude, what?
It's beautiful, honestly.
Communist, dude.
$1,000. The average cost of a new EV electric vehicle is now over $58,000.
It's just there's no competition anymore. And it's all regulated, so like everyone's getting the same piece of the pie.
The same garbage. The same computer controlled garbage. I cringed when Ford moved from a liquid power steering to an electric power steering.
I don't know why they needed to do that.
Well, so that it could fail and they could bring him back in whenever they had to recall him, which is exactly what happened.
But it's like, you ruin your image like that. Everyone wants a reliable truck.
This was on a Ford Fusion, dude.
Oh my god.
This was supposed to be a family vehicle, right?
No wonder they discontinued it.
Yeah. Well, of course they did. Look at this. Look at this. $103,000. I see double wides for cheaper than that, dude. When I was looking for a house, I was seeing double wides, right? I mean, a trailer is not really a house, but, you know, still, a double wide trailer, bro, a mobile home is cheaper than that fucking piece of shit. That's gonna last 5-10 years, and then you gotta take it to the dealership, right? Dude, these are
replace the engine, transmission.
They're literally treating cars like they're cell phones. You know, you get to have it for 5-10 years, and then guess what? You come and you trade it in. But guess what? Even when you trade it in, you can't even do that. Because there was a woman that had bought a vehicle that she had made custom, which is her fault, for $78,000. She wanted to go and trade it in because she couldn't afford the monthly payments anymore. Again, her fault. And only got it appraised for $48,000. Yeah.
So she still has to pay the difference.
Mm-hmm. She still has
Oh
to.
no. Huh.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. It's like when you want to escape, you just can't.
True. True. I'm glad she learned her lesson. But it's a very expensive lesson to learn. And this has
Yeah,
happened
that's
to
yeah.
millions of Americans. And yes, a lot less expensive, but $50,000, unless you are the upper echelon of middle class, which is very, very close to being all but eradicated, you're going to struggle a little bit. And as most Americans make anywhere from $40,000 to $60,000 a year, that's even more so of a problem.
It's gonna take you 2 years to pay off a car. Not even, well, I mean, like, if you put all of your salary into it already, that doesn't make sense.
Right.
It's just the problem with financial literacy. It's just to understand, like, how finances work.
Yep. APIs, APRs, interest. No.
It's very important. And it's just like you said, like, why don't they teach this to the kids when they're in high school?
They really don't, dude. They don't teach you credit cards. They don't teach you
No.
escrow. They don't teach you property value. They don't teach you these things.
Nope.
It's literally economics. And the only thing they want to teach you is fucking supply demand. What?
That's just the tip of the iceberg of, like, what
Not
you need
even.
to actually know.
That doesn't even scratch the fucking surface, dude.
I know.
I didn't even learn about credit until I was in my last year in the Air Force. And
Well, which is
my
good.
ex-wife was the one who was teaching me about credit.
But, like, credit on how to, like, use it, right?
Well, how to grow credit, how to see
Yeah.
credit, what credit does, what it means, right? And you need credit for everything. Everything. Right? This is how we are moving slowly. I mean, we're already in a centralized economy, but we're moving slowly more and more every single year into a socialist society through credit. Because I remember I was seeing a guy that was being harassed by the state for being completely self-sufficient, had his house paid off, had solar, got his water from a well, and
Was he paying his
still,
property tax?
I believe, I don't know if that state had property taxes.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but he was pretty self-sufficient. But
That's why they don't want to encourage people like that.
Exactly. And they were harassing this man to leave his home. Snakes in the grass, these people are. All right, just so I don't get too fucking heated, let's continue the video.
Bronco Raptor. Absolutely insane. Never in Toyota's history have they ever introduced a full new redesign of the 4Runner, the Land Cruiser, Tacoma, the Tundra, Sequoia, and had them immediately just sit and collect dust on dealership lots. It is November, just November. The year's not complete yet. We have over 2.2 million vehicles that were repossessed already. They are projecting it to teeter up toward 3 million vehicles. Here we have a Ford Maverick with a price tag of $41,125. New vehicle inventory is reaching record high levels, and not
3
only that,
million.
the growth rate of that inventory is equally staggering. $54,000 freaking dollars for a Ford Ranger. CarMax has reported 11% decrease in the amount that they offer on vehicles. People right now, they have car buying fatigue, right? Especially
11%? That's it? 11%. 11% decrease on offers. That's it?
They're staunch on making sure that they get their money.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, dude. That's bro.
So I'm telling you, like the whole car market has to change, like to get rid of dealerships. We don't need the middlemen anymore. We actually don't.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because you can go and just custom order your vehicles online, custom build it. You know, with everything that you need. You know, you don't need all the bells and whistles and computerized tech shit. You know, you don't need a fucking Tesla. You know,
No.
but I always tell people, look, you can also if you want a gas vehicle, buy one off of Facebook Marketplace. Buy it from someone who isn't going to give you an APR, isn't going to sell it to you for interest, and really fuck you over on price. That's how I bought my truck. Because guess what? I was actually going to a dealership when I had come back to Conus, back stateside when I was still serving. I was looking for a truck, and this is where I really messed up, and I wanted a big truck, right? It was my first truck. I wanted to make sure it was a good truck. Well, I went to a dealership, and the dealership that I went to, of course, it's Lithia, so can't really trust Lithia at all. Lithia's hot fucking dog water. So I'm looking around for a truck. I'm trying to get a truck, and I find this one that I liked. It was pretty good. It was Dodge Ram. I was driving it around, and I knew right away something was wrong. Turns out the steering column was fucked up. They were trying to sell it like that. Well, I said, no, you guys better fix this. If you fix it, I'll come back. I'll test drive it again. We'll talk about it. Okay, cool. All right, that happened on Monday. I said, hey, let me know when the parts come in. Let me know when you replace it, and I'll see you back then. And they said, okay, cool. Come back on Friday. Friday comes. Don't get a call. I called them. They said, hey, guy bought it as is. Really? Really? Okay. I was like, okay, well, you guys just lost business. So congratulations. Go fuck yourself. I hung up on them. And then I found the truck that I have now, which is a 2010 Dodge Ram 1500. It's an 8-cylinder, 5.7 Hemi, which is nice.
Yeah.
It used to be a haul truck. That's how I knew it was going to be a good truck. And it was previously owned by someone who used to haul stuff, right? I can't remember if he was a construction worker or not. I don't think he was. I think he was a plumber or something. But he would haul equipment, and I bought that truck for $16,000. A 2010 model, $16,000. Here's the thing: people on Facebook Marketplace, depending on who you speak with, can really give you a fair deal. And just this year, I paid my truck off. It's completely paid off. And worst comes to worst, if I have to sell it, because I'm not really using that much anyways, if I have to sell it, I can just sell it and then, get rid of car insurance altogether. So, but
I mean, here's the thing. Like, why do rates have to go up because of other people ruining the image of other people? Because the more accidents that happen, the more your premium goes up, even if you drive like impeccably. You know what I'm saying?
well, I would imagine because there's justification, right?
That's the problem. That's the problem right there. Like, it should just be like a fixed price. We agreed on the price in the beginning. How come it's going up? That to me doesn't make sense.
But then the CEO can't have 650 times his salary compared to all of the slaves that he hires.
Wow, Crimea River, like world's smallest violin type shit.
Yeah, dude, this is why I hate CEOs. I fucking hate CEOs who are making, because there are some good CEOs out there. There are some, it used to be that CEOs would make, I want to say 12 times their employees' salary. But
Which is still pretty good.
which is still pretty good. You're still living, depending on how successful the business is, you could be living a pretty good life. But
It's not
but
good enough.
these fucking cockroaches, man, they've gotten so fucking greedy that now they have to suck up all the fucking wealth from their employees.
And the consumer.
Yeah, and so guess what? Here's the kicker too. Just a little bit of a sidebar. Um, when Trump signed the executive order to agree to or to stop taxation on tips or overtime, well, guess who stopped paying overtime? Or guess who stopped allowing you to work overtime? All of these big corporations. Yeah. So these evil fucking parasites, they're going to figure out a way around one way or another. So, but I just wanted to mention that. Because I think it's really important. Because it just tells you who these people are. So.
After the pandemic, people are just kind of exhausted. They don't want to go and deal with another dealership, a sleazy dealership that took advantage of them, totally took advantage of them throughout the pandemic, right? They're charging markups left and right. Not only are sales down, inventory production is up tremendously, and carryover units are up tremendously. Banks were equally a part of the problem, and they continue.
I know I'm pausing this a lot, but there's just so much to talk about. Here's the thing too, is that I remember hearing and then reading about one of the biggest used car dealership filing for bankruptcy earlier this year, and well, all of these and there's some even new car dealerships that are filing bankruptcy and going out of business too, because as Motors is talking about here later on in the video, there are no more government bailouts for these companies, right? Through wholesales, there are no more bailouts. So these dealerships are just going to go under. But here's the thing: that's not just going to affect dealerships, right? It's going to affect a lot of other things, right? Rubber factories for the tires, right? Then you also have car part factories who are making these parts in case something happens to break down, like the story that I told you about when I was looking for a truck, right? The steering column going out. There are so many things that are affected other than the dealerships, right? And this really tells a story of how the economy is doing. Obviously, we don't really need, this live stream or any videos to tell us that this economy is dying. We don't really need that, but it just goes to show how bad things are, right? Because if people don't have disposable income to go and buy a new shiny car,
What's the point?
it's only a matter of time before people are just going to starve to death, right? And as I've talked about people starving or stealing from Walmart, when the price gets too high for groceries, right? People are going to start stealing. It's not fucking rocket science.
Nope.
And it's not just going to be petty bullshit, fingernail polish or $50 here and there. No. These are going to be an entire basket full, or baskets full of groceries. I'm talking like $300-$400 because, well, that's what it's come to these past couple of weeks. What, a house of 3 or 4, I think, is going to cost you anywhere from like $300-$400 for a couple
Yeah.
weeks of groceries.
It's just it just doesn't make sense. Don't we have economists in the government that are supposed to like manage this and see if the regular American can,
Well, I mean,
you know, deal with the brunt of all of this?
even on Wall Street, they're all saying the same thing, that the economy is doing great. I mean,
Yeah, for that.
Trump himself, said that the economy is doing the best that it ever has in American history.
For him.
Right. He's riding on high ever since he got that $230 million from Miriam Adelson. So,
Oh,
you know,
absolutely. But another thing that I want to point out, especially about these cars, because they're all computerized. Do you know what a Flipper Zero is?
mm,
So a Flipper Zero is like a small device that you can use to like replicate different like signals, whether it be Bluetooth or infrared or even Wi-Fi.
mhm.
So with the device, you can actually, when someone beeps their car, you could like intercept that signal while it's connecting to the car, so that the Flipper Zero device, once it's recorded, you could use it as like a secondary like car opener for that specific car because you intercepted that signal. So there's actually some people, they stay in their car, and that's how they rob people in parking lots. They just stay in their car and they just hold the Flipper Zero. They get like, oh, there's a Hyundai Sonata that I got, and they wait until the person leaves, and then they just boop boop, and then the car opens.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
What?
I'm telling you,
I
man.
didn't know that was a thing.
It is a thing. You don't need to use like the Slim Jims anymore.
You
You
don't.
just
What are the Slim Jims?
a Slim Jim is like a small thin metal bar that you would put in between like the window and like the door frame to get the lock
Oh, yeah,
mechanically,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But now you don't need to do that. Now it's just toot toot and you're in. You
Dude,
know?
what the fuck? And that's gonna affect the majority of people's cars.
That's all new cars. Like
Yeah,
they,
but
they're not
that's what
gonna,
I'm saying. Unless you drive like a 1990 or something.
oh well then you're safe. And especially if you drive stick, which most people don't drive stick anymore. So
Yeah.
all of the
Dude,
quote
what?
unquote YNs that like to steal cars, they don't know how to do stick. So if you drive manual, you're still good.
I
And
need
then you get like that
to.
fucking bar on the steering wheel.
I need to get myself a manual.
It's
Myself a
fun.
manual.
You'll actually enjoy driving, except for traffic. It gets pretty annoying.
Oh yeah, but I've driven manual before.
Yeah,
I actually learned how to drive manual while I was on deployment.
really.
Yep. Yeah.
Like a regular car, or
No, it was a van. It was a van. It was a white
huh?
van too, so it had to be a white van, of course. You know, that would take us all to the post to go and arm up and stuff. But um, had to take that out and about, drive around. There were two vehicles that we had. One was the white van, which was it was a Kia, and it was a manual.
Yeah.
And then we had a Ford F-150, and that was one of the newer ones. And it had a turbo in there, and it was actually pretty nice. Automatic, of course, so you didn't really have to worry about changing gears and whatnot. But I
It's like
actually
a go-kart.
I actually really enjoyed driving the manual when I finally learned how to drive manual. It was actually pretty fun.
Yeah.
So, but I've been wanting to get a manual. It's so hard to find a manual these days. They don't even really make manuals anymore, unless you custom
No.
order one, custom build a vehicle itself, right, with a manual
And that's gonna
transmission.
cost a lot more than you just get automatic because,
Yeah.
everyone does automatics now.
Yep. It's true. All right.
to be an equal part of the problem. $94,000 is what you have to spend if you're going to get a new Ford Expedition nowadays. The average monthly payment on a new vehicle is over $750, and the average cost of a used vehicle is over $525 per month. Hey YouTube, Untamed here. Oh,
Okay, well, I think I was a little bit off. Used over $500. New over $700. That's rent for some people. I've even heard some stories about some people paying $1,000.
$1,000?
Yeah, $1,000.
Oh my God! Like, will it massage your feet while you drive?
It must tell you bedtime stories, dude.
Oh, 1,000%. It should cook your meals too, like every day.
Oh,
At
bro,
least
to
twice a day.
perfection. No, 3 meals a day, bro. No. Top of the line shit. You know.
Yeah, gourmet. Like they'll actually do the
Gourmet, dude.
groceries for you.
Yeah,
all
dude.
from
It
scratch.
has a whole 3D printer for the meat in the back. You know, the only thing you got to do is print that 3D meat. You know, heat up some Campbell's. There you
And
go.
it has a built-in telescope. You know what I mean? Like just add the
Oh yeah,
features.
dude.
But like,
And when you go and pick up your Tinder date, you could just print out some meat, you know, some steak for the date night, you know.
yeah, right on your windowsill. Wow. Oh my
Yeah,
God. I didn't have
yeah,
to get out of
dude.
my car to get food.
Yeah, and then just hit the button in the console, brings up the TV, you know, and then when you get bored of the TV, you could just kind of lift the roof, you know, hit the button to lift the roof, and then look at the stars in the break of the smog, you know.
Oh my God. Imagine like cars in the future, like in 10, 15 years, turn into like mobile apartments.
Oh,
Like
dude.
mini mobile apartments. But it's the size of a Honda Civic.
Oh my God. No, I think here the next couple of years there's probably going to be like cardboard boxes.
Yeah.
Cardboard boxes with taped on spokes.
We're going back.
Taped on bicycle wheels, dude. You know.
Oh yeah.
And that's
And it's
going
not
to be
even with duct tape.
$30,000. It's going to be $30,000.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be with that transparent tape that's connected to it.
Oh yeah.
Not even duct tape.
Yeah, because God forbid you have any privacy. You know, apparently the Fourth Amendment was repealed at some point. So what, dude? Dude? This country is in trouble. It's in trouble.
And there's so much you could do. You know, like I've always like found it fascinating where like why can't you take a front engine car, you know, like a front wheel like a Honda Civic,
Front wheel drive?
and then just get like a Tesla motor for the back wheels. And then have the same line connected to both engines from the gas pedal, and then you have a hybrid built in, and you could save like more than half on gas. You know what I mean? So instead of 30 miles per gallon, you could get 70 miles per gallon
And
with
because they
that
wouldn't make any money.
modification. What do you mean? You're just selling motors, and then you're hiring
Well,
like technicians to
mean-
learn how to
I mean, for
install them.
but that would be putting, you know, the monopolies out of business, and they can't have that. You know, that generational wealth must continue. You know.
I don't see what the point of that is. It's like, isn't there enough for everybody?
No, of course not. Of course not.
Ah,
Of course not,
artificial
bro.
inflation.
No, because I mean, these people are fucking dumb monkeys, dude. They're stupid
No,
fucking monkeys who are trying to bash other people over the fucking head, right? With oppression, with finances, or oppression through economics, so that they can continue to have their shiny rock. Exactly what it is. It's exactly.
Oh my God.
I explained economics to one of my former friends when we ran into some some new information. Was that apparently the United States owns River Rocks, because we were wanting to find some rocks so that we can build uh, a primitive smoker, right? We were literally going to make some mud, and we were literally going to go and grab some river rocks, and apparently that's illegal. So we said, oh well, no, not going to mess with that. Um, yeah, we didn't do that. But then my former friend was like, hey, why is it that the government can say, "Hey, this is my rock," that it owns nature. Nature isn't owned by anyone. And I said, "Hey, look, dude, this is what it is." Man one comes in and says, "This is my rock, shiny rock. I like rock." Man two says, "You cannot have that rock. That rock is not yours. That rock is nature's." Man one then proceeds to bash Man two's head in with the rock. Man one cleans off rock. Man one says, "Pretty rock, my rock." And guess what? That is his rock.
Yeah,
That's how that works.
pretty much.
That's how that works. And this is exactly what these people are doing to the rest of us. They have their shiny rock, and anyone that comes up, they're going to bash anyone over the head with a rock. Or with that same rock. Because guess what? They have the power to do so.
Yeah, and these are so-called leaders.
Leaders.
So-called.
But they have no self-control.
Oh my goodness.
Part of being a leader is learning sacrifice. Not sacrificing everyone else, but learning sacrifice within yourself. Yeah, these people aren't leaders, dude.
No.
The only thing they should be leading is the way into a fucking prison cell. That's what they should be doing.
Most of them, yeah.
So
I don't want to say all of them. 'Cause that's too far. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Then you're going to anarchy territory. Ooh, you got to be careful with that.
Yeah, you gotta be pretty careful with that. Can't bring up any of that. So,
No.
but what I will say is that eventually, when people have had enough of this oppression, when people are done starving, there's going to be a revolt of some kind. There's going to be some kind of rebellion. We've seen this play out all the time throughout history, and this is just going to be another example of that. So the way things are going is, well, it's on that very same trajectory, very quickly actually. So I'm definitely expecting within the next 5 years, especially with the advent of AI, that's going to happen. And so, but that's a conversation for another day. Anyways,
Absolutely.
let's continue this video here.
No, the sky is falling again. I understand you've seen this title before on my channel. You've seen it on a number of other YouTubers' channels. But in today's video, let me present to you, no kidding, the current stats, facts, and figures of the car market, the auto industry at large. And you tell me, truthfully, do you think we are heading toward a car market crash? I think the writing is on the wall. It's inevitable at this point. I think we have far exceeded the breaking point when it comes to the car market. And I think you're going to agree with me after you hear the stats, facts, and figures in today's video. So stick with me as we talk through it all. We have far exceeded the breaking point. If you take anything from this video, I want it to be this, because this right here is the clearest point that conveys truly where we are as a car market right now within the US. In 2023, we had 1.5 million vehicles that were repossessed, and that was a staggering number, a tremendous growth rate over 2022, okay? An unprecedented growth rate. 2024 came along, and we upticked it to 1.75 million vehicles that were repossessed within the US. That was astounding. We didn't think we would be able to beat that in 2025. And well, lo and behold, it is November. Just November, the year's not complete yet, and we have over 2.2 million vehicles that were repossessed already. They are projecting it to teeter up toward 3 million vehicles. 3 million vehicles repoed here in 2025. Absolutely astounding, right? Almost double that figure in 2023. If that doesn't say something, I don't know what does. You can follow my channel for any
Now repossessed from who? From the buyer or from the dealership? I would imagine from the dealership because they're not selling it.
Nope.
I don't feel bad for these guys.
length of time, you know that I
Nope, me
owned and
neither.
operated a successful nationwide auto brokerage service where I would locate, negotiate vehicles on my client's behalf and then match them up with the dealership, right? I did that for quite some time and it was very successful. In addition to that, I do have a PhD in industrial and organizational psychology. I love looking into the decisions being made by organizations, companies, and industry at large, and ultimately seeing that ripple effect and how it impacts us, the consumer. What is that impact? What are the secondary and third effects that take place because of such decisions? So that's why I like geeking out about the car industry, the car market at large, and sharing it with you. Let's face it, when you look at the car prices today, everything has just gotten completely out of touch with reality. These mid-sized pickup trucks here, these Toyota Tacomas, on average cost over $50,000 now. And to add insult to injury, you're forced to
So no longer are they around $50,000. They're now over $50,000. So not under $50,000, over $50,000.
That's not over 50,000. That's not even worth 40,000.
No, of course it's not, dude. Of course it's not. They mark these vehicles up astronomically. And it's because of all the bells and whistles, the computers and everything. That's exactly why they do that.
That's why if a car manufacturer just makes a bare bones car that just has the necessities of what a car is, with heating, AC, a steering wheel, fucking tires, an engine, a chassis, transmission, engine, like that's it. No electrical doors. No. No sunroof. No radio. None of that. You could buy the radio on the side.
But you need the you need the meat 3D printer in the back though.
Oh yeah, 1,000%. But I know a guy. I know a guy. We
Oh,
could
you
get
know a
it
guy?
up
You know a guy?
we could install it ourselves.
I think his
But I'm
name.
just saying.
If I remember correctly, I think his name was Bill.
I thought it was Larry, and he was a cable guy.
Oh, that's right. That's right. My buddy Dan Whitney. Anyways,
But yeah, but still, like getting to my point, if a car manufacturer just made a car for the people, like the Beetle, it would totally like just put all of these guys out of business.
Well, this is-
Everyone would just use those cars.
this is supposed to be for the people. It's supposed to be, right? This right here, this is what we're supposed to be able to afford, right? But again, because of inflation, right? Everything has continued to go up to include CEO salaries. That's why they're 600x, what their employees are. Or I'm sorry, maybe not the best example. That's why all of these the most wealthy people, Musk, Gates, Bezos, all those guys, right?
Yeah,
They
don't budge.
They've essentially doubled, tripled, quadrupled, even. I'm actually well beyond that in their own wealth, right? Their own net wealth, while at the same time, the average American has only had their wages increased by like 10%.
Yeah, it's not keeping up with inflation of the currency itself.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Since
what do you-
2009, the federal minimum wage. This is why I don't really believe in the federal minimum wage, because then that's just it. That's all that the companies are going to pay people is the bare minimum.
Yeah.
But the bare
So why
minimum,
work for a company?
exactly, work for yourself if you can. But the bare minimum has been $7.25 an hour since 2009. Well, inflation has really spiked since 2019. So, but then again, all of these companies, they made billions of dollars in profit, and they sucked all of that wealth up. That's exactly what happened to the middle class. That's what led to the middle class disappearing.
Yeah, there is no more middle class. It's either you're well off or you're in debt.
You're poor. You're poor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the
Oh,
middle
I-
class the middle class existed for maybe 100 years.
No. Less than that.
Maybe. That's why I said
Less
maybe.
than that. Yeah, like maybe 60 years, good 60 years, but that's it.
Okay, well, yeah, with 1960s pretty much being the last of the actual middle class. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that for sure. But yeah, the Industrial Revolution was supposed to be the birth, or well, I mean, which actually was the birth, but it was, or with unions, anyways, supposed to be, protecting the middle class. But then again, that doesn't make them money. So, but
Absolutely not.
anyways,
have a 4-cylinder underneath the hood, a turbocharged 4-banger, or a hybridized 4-banger with the iForce Max version of it. And don't get me started on the Toyota Tundra here. A 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6 is what you're now required to have. No longer do you have a reliable 5.7-liter V8 underneath the hood. And that's really a big indicator of the direction the car market has been heading for a very long time. Lessening the displacement size of your motor, cramming them full of creature comforts, cramming them full of technology, overdoing and overcooking these vehicles and spiking up the price tags substantially, really to where they have priced out the middle class. And as we talked
again, because the middle class doesn't exist anymore. But
No.
now not only are they, constantly overclocking these vehicles with dumbass technology that doesn't really do a fucking thing for you, but now they're also decreasing the size of of these engines to, a V6, and then guess what? Next thing you know, you've got a 4-cylinder. You have a fucking 2-cylinder. A 1-cylinder,
For the same price.
a half-cylinder. Oh, dude. Yeah, but they're still going to continue to charge more and more and more while the vehicle is less and less, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, this also represents the housing market as well. Of course, we'll be talking about the housing market too, of course. But as of right now, we're just talking about the car market, and this is exactly why the car market is crashing. I believe this was on Black Friday too, right? People are actively boycotting everything. They're
Everything.
and they really should. They really should. These companies are continuously trying to take as much advantage of anyone and everyone that they can for prices, right? And call them deals. What?
Huh.
So you're telling me you're telling me that 52, or where was it? You're telling me that $52,000, which is what is considered average for vehicles these days. That's a Hummer, by the way.
That still baffles me.
That
50K.
that's a sale. That is a good deal that I'm buying right there. $52,000 for an average vehicle, or for the average cost. That
No.
really, fuck that.
Oh, hell yeah. Fuck that. Like, I would never spend that much money on a car, even if I had millions in the bank. Never.
No, dude, be like Asmongold. Where you're not even spending 1% of what you make.
Why?
It's called being fucking humble.
It's more than that, because like beyond being humble, it's exactly what you were touching on before with like the car market and the housing market, even the food industry too, where they add GMOs into your food. So like you
Yeah.
have to eat
like 3 apples to have the same nutritional value as an apple that was grown in the 1960s without the chemicals that they implanted or the modifications that they do to the seeds.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like,
What?
yeah.
What the fuck?
Wait, you think apples are beautiful every time like you pluck them from
No.
a tree like the grocery store?
No,
No.
I know they put a shit ton of wax on that. I know. This is exactly why I always skin my apples before I eat them, and that's what you guys really should too. But
Well, I just eat it because I paid for it. But it's
you're
also
eating wax,
because
bro.
huh?
You're eating wax, bro.
No, well, I clean it, obviously.
Oh.
But
Okay.
also the skin does have a lot of nutrients in it too that are really healthy for you.
But it's also, well, I mean, you can. I haven't found a very effective way to clean off the wax. Anyways, we can talk about that later. But anyways,
Oh yeah, I know. But even that, like, why do they put wax to begin with? Like,
to make it last
give
longer.
it-
You know, just like color dyes, just like
yeah.
what are these chemicals that preserve the meat, the bread, right? Because they put in, especially white bread,
because-
they
Yeah.
put all kinds of chemicals in white bread. And
yeah, that's not good.
a lot
like
a lot of
ooh.
those chemicals that they're putting in that food to try and make it, last longer is proven to be cancerous. Right?
So, but like going back to the car market, going back to the housing market, it's all of it that are being, all of the markets are like they're losing quality. You're not getting what you pay for
No. You're not, no, you're not. You're not.
at all.
But it's also a part of the conditioning too, right? Accept less. Continue to accept less.
Yeah, it's like
Because
it's
at least it's better than nothing. I hate that. phrase.
I hate to break it to you, but it's kind of better just going in the used market and just never paying attention to these new cars coming out. Like,
Which
what's
is
the point?
exactly why I got so pissed off from dealing with fucking Lithia that I decided to go to Facebook Marketplace. And that's pretty much it. Well, I mean, I can't because I'm banned off of Facebook Marketplace.
What did you do?
Apparently, selling a gun case is violating their terms of services.
A gun case.
Yes, and when I had them appeal like 3 different times to take a look at what I was actually selling, they still tried to tell me that it was weapons related, which you shouldn't really be restricting me on anything. If I want to
So
go
what, you
sell,
can't-
if I want to go sell a fucking
Hold on.
knife or a
Hold on,
gun, I should be able to.
But a pocket knife is okay.
No, a pocket knife is not. You can't even do that.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, so they're pretty restrictive.
Very restrictive.
That's weird.
Very restrictive.
But it's still like it. I don't know. I mean, it's just like, what's the point of it being restrictive? Like, I think we're all grown adults and responsible, right?
Right.
Apart from the exceptions, of course. But
right.
you know, it's just,
right.
it's just, you're not getting what you pay for anymore.
No.
Like, I had a 2022 Honda Civic, brand new. I bought it. It was mine. Got into an accident. My insurance went up because of it, and it wasn't even my fault. So it's like, do I really want to keep this car? Do I want to like deal with its like frame damage? Do I want to deal with the fact that I can never sell it because who wants an accidental car? No, I said, you know what? It's totaled. You deal with it. And then I closed my account and that's it. Never seen the car anymore. And that's why I'm not going to buy a new car, even if it's Honda. Because the Hondas that are made, they're even made in North America and Canada. And the build quality, I can tell you, it's the panels don't line up. The whole cabin rattles. Like, there's so many issues with that model. But if you buy like a Lexus that's built in Japan, everything fits perfectly. They still know how to build cars over there.
When I was not deployed, but when I was stationed in Germany, I bought a Mitsubishi Charisma. Mitsubishi for like $900.
Fuck yeah, dude.
$900 I bought that, and it ran and ran and ran, even with tire rot or dry rot. I'm sorry, even with dry rot on the fucking tires, it ran and ran and ran. Okay, I'm not proud of this, especially as someone who's been a mechanic before, but I ran the same oil in there in the vehicle for like a year.
Hey, if you did what you had to do, I mean, as
No,
long
no, no.
as
I
it
was just
worked.
being lazy. I was just being lazy. I was just being fucking lazy. It's stupid.
Well, you know what? It's good to be honest.
So I absolutely take that one on the chin. I deserve that one.
But you
Um,
got to respect the car, dude.
but that's what I'm saying. If
These delicate pony princess cars cannot even last that at all. Not even if you miss one oil change, the motor's done.
oh dude, yeah, it's kaput.
Yeah, and then you voided the warranty because you weren't responsible in taking care of it. So that new engine block, you have to pay for it.
Yeah, which is gonna be easy $5,000, even more than that.
Way more than that.
I don't know how much
On a
engine
brand new
blocks
car
go
we're
for.
talking about, not just any car.
Oh well, that's why I said.
With installation, with all of that.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know the average of it.
It's 15,000.
15th. Okay. All right.
So it's almost like a used car.
Almost. That's crazy, dude.
Almost. And also with all the computerized components, it's 10 times harder to install things in those cars.
Yeah.
Just with the wiring.
That's almost
Like,
as
why?
expensive as what I bought my truck for. That's insane.
That's what I'm saying.
Just the engine.
Used cars still rock.
Dude, what?
Like
the
that's why I
fuck?
like even for young people out there, like if you're ever thinking of that BMW financing it, no, bro, just get a Camry.
Don't finance
just-
anything anyways.
No, no,
You know?
no.
Because
Buy
they will destroy you in interest.
buy within your means, and always don't believe the hype. And real car owners will respect no matter what car it is, as long as it's maintained. If you take care of that car, whatever it is, the real car owners will respect you. Not these poser like, ugh. I can't like I just can't understand car culture anymore these days either. It's just the celebration of just a normal car. It's just gone.
Yeah. Yeah, now it's oh well, I want a car with built-in GPS. I want a car that's
Why?
gonna sing me a bedtime song, it's just bro, what the fuck?
I want AI integration with my, display that I have. But remember the advertisements when we were kids saying driving and texting is bad. But you're literally implementing that in the cars.
Yep.
Like it's a touchpad, and I'm like driving on one end, and then I have to calm down my wife because she's trying to divorce me to my right. You know what I'm saying? It's just so many things to juggle, bro, at the same time. It's like we're getting fucking choked out. I just want to drive in a car that works.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I would like it for it to be brand new, but unfortunately these car manufacturers, they know what they're doing. Okay? I don't want to say they don't know what they're doing. They want to make money. And they're going to do whatever it takes to get that money. Because that third yacht is not going to pay for itself.
Oh yeah, no. Dubai is calling them, bro. They've got to make it over to their other rich friends. They got to make it to Dubai and get their yacht girls. They've got.
Oh, yeah,
they got.
1000%.
They absolutely have to get their third yacht. They have to do that. They have to do that. And they're going to continue to sacrifice their employees' salaries so that they can do that. And then they're also going to price hike on these vehicles because guess what? AI
It's
integration makes it so much better. So, anyways, we could continue crying and complaining about this for hours.
We're not even crying and complaining. We're just stating the obvious, and unfortunately, there's nothing that we can do about it other than voting with our wallet. Don't buy these cars, even if
Boycott.
it's a brand. Even if it's a brand new Honda Civic, I don't care. Don't buy these new cars. Keep your used cars, maintain it forever. Forever. Like, if you have less electronics in the car, the better. If you have to replace the motor of a Camry, do it. It's worth way more to do that than scrapping the car and then just getting one of these new cars that are just not going to service you for more than 7 years.
Exactly.
Not to mention
The
people keying
entire
your car.
the entire car's lifespan, life expectancy is the life expectancy of the fucking battery.
Literally. Like, you're not like we're not joking about that. It's new cars just don't last.
No, they don't.
They're not built with how they should be.
No.
And it's just astonishing how they could just get away with this. And people yet still buy, and they shouldn't. You
Well,
should
because
not buy.
It's all hand in hand type shit, you know. Government
I know.
bailouts, policies, you know, same people running the show, no matter where they are.
But how come the regular person doesn't get bailed out for their,
Well, because they don't pay millions of dollars for politicians' campaigns.
Oh, but like they sacrifice their time working overtime at a job that no one wants to do. Got it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. No, it doesn't mean that's exactly what they should do. Work until
Well,
you're
like-
work until you're dead. Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Work until you're dead, like Ben Shapiro wants you to.
If you want that to happen,
Don't complain about your low wages, basically slave wages.
Oh, yeah.
Well, don't notice anything. Don't boycott anything. Accept things for as they are. Yeah, be a good little goy. Good little goyim.
and that's it. Just pay your debts. Don't worry, you're gonna be fine.
You mean so fun.
Absolutely, my goodness. Let me tap on the fucking forehead. Now run along and just get me the gold for me. Thank you. That's it.
Dude, I fucking hate Ben Shapiro, bro. The more anyway,
How the
anyways.
mighty have fallen, bro. How the
Anyways.
mighty have
the
fallen.
more you're finding out about MAGA, bro, it's all of them. Benny Johnson, Brandon Tantrum. Anyway,
That's why,
anyways.
like, the left was kind of right that it turned into a cult because they didn't want to listen to reason at one point. It's like there were so many glaring signs that, like even the magazine was just being a little bit too much. Like it was giving me Westboro Baptist Church vibes. You remember those people?
Oh yes, dude. Yes, I remember that. I always have to take a breath with Trump supporters. Even just as much as I have to take a breath with people who voted for Biden or
Kamala.
I call her Skamala.
Yeah.
But I have to do the same thing because it's all well, at least it ain't Biden. At least it ain't Biden. It's
But your
so
your
annoying.
leader was the CEO of an MLM. Like,
no, he wasn't.
hello?
He was a spokesperson.
Excuse me, but like still associated.
Oh yeah. Very very heavily associated with a company that scams people and destroys their fucking life. Not just economically, but psychologically as well.
Oh yeah.
So
But that's your leader. Got it.
yeah.
So
Yeah, that's our leader. That's our leader. But also takes, $230 million fucking dollars.
But that's the thing that we have to all come together is
foreign
that
interests.
even though we're saying these things, it doesn't mean that we're socialists.
Oh yeah, no.
It's just we're realists.
No. I would consider myself a nationalist.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Because I love
mean-
I love what our founding fathers had intended for this country. True freedom. a free
Yeah.
market enterprise.
And obviously, it wasn't going to be built like tomorrow as soon as they like declared their independence, right? It would take time, but
Or empire. A free
still,
market empire that is that adheres to a constitution. That's why they call it a republic. And that's why our country is a republic, not a democracy.
not a yeah,
We use
exactly.
democratic processes to elect our government officials, but it's not a fucking democracy. It's not a mob rule type shit.
No,
You
because
know,
if it was mob rule, like
we wouldn't have a constitution,
no,
right?
absolutely not.
But as good things come about, so too they go away. And
It's unfortunate,
we
but
are on the edge of America's lifespan. We really are.
but that's the thing. Like, in order for America to resuscitate from all of this, they should just go back to isolationism, like low key.
But that's what it was supposed
They
to be
should
from the start.
should have just been like that and just self improve from within.
Yeah,
That's how you guys invented so much stuff.
right.
While everyone else was distracted by like killing each other, right? While you weren't the world police, right? You were busy inventing stuff. And then you had to be like, guys, settle down in Europe and in Asia. You guys are killing each other by the millions.
Yeah, but our
Let's
our
calm down for a
country
second.
our country is too busy carrying out the will of a tiny country that it's captured by. And well, other special interests. So
Because it was promised to them in a book 3,000 years ago.
right,
Right.
right.
For sure.
Right.
Absolutely.
That the majority of the people that live in that country are not even really considered the people that they say they are. Right.
But that's just an opinion.
Right.
Your
yeah,
opinion.
Yeah.
It's not the right
not-
opinion, but it's
yeah.
your opinion. Ah, yes.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm just
Right.
saying, I'm on your side on all of this, of course, obviously, but I'm just being devil's advocate. Like, these people don't really care about your opinion whatsoever because they have the keys to the kingdom, not you, the people.
Right. Right. It's going to continue to be increasingly hard to live in this country. I'm seeing
Oh, yeah.
just record numbers of people leaving the country.
It's not sustainable.
There's a very good reason why the phrase "the American dream is to leave" is becoming more and more popular now.
I know, but like the bigger question is where are you gonna go?
Yeah,
If you're just a regular worker,
exactly.
where are you gonna go?
And this
You're
is
gonna
this
get
is
even
something
more
that
fucked.
this yeah, right, because you're giving up you're giving up your Second Amendment. That's one thing that I
Not
always
even
talk
that.
about
Your
too.
first. Your
What-
First Amendment is the most important.
Well, yeah,
When you
I-
disagree
well,
and
no,
you
no,
don't
no,
want
no,
to
no.
talk
I
anymore,
would
that's
say the
the
Second.
Amendment.
Well, that's why I say the Second Amendment is more important, right? Because the Second Amendment ensures that you still have a
first.
first. Yes, that you still have the First Amendment.
Yeah.
Right. So, when you're going overseas, and this is why I don't necessarily agree with the passport bro movement, because you're giving up one of the most essential parts of being able to live freely, or I guess here in America, what's left of living freely, anyways, right? Because whether you're religious or not, because I'm not really religious, but I would absolutely agree it is your right inherently to be able to defend yourself. And if you want to go overseas for a better life, right, you're just taking yourself into a country where, one, you may not even really be able to defend yourself, and then two, your
Nope.
salary is still reliant on the dollar if you're coming over to a different country with the dollar anyways. And since the dollar has lost 97% of its value since 1913 and the country is no longer on a gold standard, you
No.
really have nothing at this point.
Well, and also, like, even if you move out of the States to a different country, don't you still have to pay U.S. taxes anyway?
Yep.
So it's like when you leave, what are you really saving?
Right. Yep.
So
You're still getting fucked over in taxes. And
but
I guess maybe the car situation improves.
no, the cars are smaller.
Well, I mean,
It
but,
doesn't-
but
it
are they
doesn't
built?
improve.
But are they built a little bit better? You know?
No.
Oh, well, I guess
No.
not. Maybe not.
No.
Maybe you
only
don't
maybe
have
in the
that built-in
countries.
3D printer and that GPS.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh man,
Homemade bacon.
dude. Oh man, can you imagine just pushing a button on a 3D printer and you've got breakfast? That's
It's coming.
That's disgusting, dude.
I'm pretty sure it already exists.
Oh.
You could 3D print meat.
I know
I'm
you
pretty
can.
sure you could do it.
I know you can. As someone who owns a 3D printer myself, watching the resin, it's actually a pretty fun process, really. But you
Yeah.
you then you then envision that with meat, and it's fucking disgusting. Guys, do not ever, if you have Campbell, throw it out. Throw it out. I don't know if you guys have seen this just yet, but Campbell's Vice, and they're doing some massive PR damage control right now, because the vice president of the entire shebang of the company literally admitted to bioengineering their chicken for their Campbell's chicken noodle soup.
Yeah, and it's
So-
the same thing with the car market too. It's just you're buying a big hunk of plastic. It's not even metal.
Most of
It's-
it's fiberglass.
Even better. Wow, and you're
even
paying-
better. And you can
and you're
get
paying-
a shard right in the eye. That's
Bro,
how you're getting
like,
your microplastics.
a brand new Ford Falcon back in the day was like $12,000 to $15,000.
Ooh.
You're paying a brand new car today. It's $50,000
Well, it's over $50,000 now.
over. Oh my God!
over
But
$50,000.
you're getting. It's like back in the day. You're getting more of a car for like 200% less.
Yeah.
Even
That's
more.
why again, buy your cars used and buy them privately. That's the best way
Oh,
that you
excuse
are
me.
going to be able to save your dollar. And let these companies go
Forget-
out of business and let them learn a
Yeah.
fucking lesson.
Let them rot, not you.
Exactly.
You don't need to impress nobody. You just have to get there.
Well, you have to impress
That's
me. You got to impress me. You got to impress me.
That's what the Discord's for. So if you have a cool whip, just put it.
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Guys, make sure you join the Discord. Share pictures of your whip. I need to see. I need to see if it's a pretty dope ride or not.
So we can either glaze on it or roast it, depending on like if it's a good purchase or not or
Yeah,
whatnot. But
yeah,
like, because we're the ultimate judges on like the best cars ever. Absolutely.
Oh yeah. We're car enthusiasts, guys. You know, we've got Ferraris, we've got Lambos. We know all about
The Paganis.
the Pagani BC. Oh my god, dude! If I hear her fucking voice again, I'm gonna throw myself out this fucking window.
Hey, she made herself viral. It's a pretty annoying video, but uniquely annoying.
Oh god, dude. Yeah. Blondes have a way of doing it, man. Blondes absolutely have a way of doing it. Anyways, just so we don't continue to get off script here, let's continue the video.
general, everything is just stuffed to the gills with technology. Everything is overdone, overcooked. Everything has a smaller displacement motor and turbocharge, hybridizing everything. Everything is just overcooked and overdone. And while the price tags continue to skyrocket, which brings me to today's video sponsor, and that is Last Fit Floor Liners. Like many of you,
All right.
I like to protect my vehicles, both on the exterior is very resistant to yellow EV segments. Like Ford, they lost $4.2 billion over the last 2.5 years on their EV segment. And well, they need to make up for those losses somewhere, right? And that means price hiking just a little bit to try to help make up for those losses. And that's what they've done, right? The
Right. Price hiking $15,000-$20,000. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because I think a few years ago they were $30,000, and now they're $50,000. That's crazy, dude.
In our lifetime, we're about to see prices double. So,
Triple
like,
even.
we don't even have gray hair, and then we could still say back in our day.
I already have gray hair, bro. I'm saying that now. You just said it a couple of minutes ago. Back in the day. We're
Gray
already
hair.
there, dude. We're
We're already
there.
there. We're already old people, dude. We're already expired. Could you imagine that?
Bro, I'm aging like fucking cheese.
But it's
Oh.
it's unprecedented the amount of inflation that's happening on the economic scale that in our lifetime we're noticing it at too much of a rapid rate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like
More
could
more young adult Americans are staying at home with their parents than in the early 1900s. What?
do you blame them? I don't blame them at all.
No,
Are
I
you
don't
kidding
blame
me? If I
No.
was still able to do that, I would do it. As a 30-year-old man, I'm telling you right now, I would do it. And I would
You would
cook
have
and
no
clean for them.
option to.
I
you
would
know?
wear a fucking maid apron and I would take care of business in there. You know what I'm saying? But still, like, it's just unbelievable. And plus, all of these properties, most of these properties that you're gonna rent from, it's all on credit anyway. Though the property owners don't outright own it; it's the banks as well. So translate that to every block apartment that you see, like times like 100,000 in one city, but you continue that ripple effect. You start
Right.
to see the machinations of that machine in full effect, and you see they're just stealing your money in
Yeah.
real time.
Mm-hmm. They're doing it through these private equities because guess who owns the banks? Guess who does all of these business deals with the banks? It's private equity, right? Because I think Blackstone and a couple of those.
BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard,
Yep,
those guys.
yep, yep. They run monopolies on these places, and then guess what? They also do business deals with the banks. So
And even these car companies too. I think BlackRock owns a couple of percentage shares of like Ford and
yeah, I'm pretty
Dodge.
sure. I'm pretty sure. But you have what is it? 85,000 homes that private equity owns in America.
Yeah, that's already too much.
That's way
One is already a
yeah,
lot.
one is way too much. You know, that's exactly why these home prices are up $435,000 now. I saw that's on average. It's specifically because of all of these monopolies. These people, these evil fucking parasites, they are wanting to constrict you, squeeze you to the point to where you have nothing.
Dare I say it, lizard people?
Right, right. Oh fuck. Was a
So
guy on
BlackRock owns 5 to 8% of Ford, Toyota, and Volkswagen. They own 3.5% of Stellantis, which is Jeep, Dodge, and Peugeot, which is a French company. They own 7 to 8% of General Motors, and they own 6% of Tesla. So you see like 6%, 8% here, but like all of that accumulates to a decent chunk of a percentage in the global market of cars and other goods.
Yeah, think about
So
don't think about the individual, think about the compound, right? How much of just the car market they have, how much of a share in the car market that they have. Right?
it's huge.
And it's the same thing for the food industry because how many cereal brands does BlackRock own? Several.
And on top of it, why would you eat cereal?
Right.
That's not really good for you. You know, Frosted
it's not.
Flakes used to be to lower like the male testosterone in kids, right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the maker of Frosted Flakes was trying to patent an idea for that, and that's where Frosted Flakes comes from.
What the fuck, dude?
So I'm telling
Dude,
you, man, it's
these
just
people are
like the.
fucking evil, bro.
Oh yeah,
Why are there not
And it-
criminal charge? It's a fucking rhetorical question at this point, because we all know why there aren't going to be criminal charges put on these people is because they work hand in hand. They
And
they
then-
can break the law and they face no consequences.
But here's the problem with all of this right now, how we're talking, is that during COVID, didn't they say for us to do our research?
Mm-hmm.
And we did. But that's now a problem that
Oh,
we
yeah,
know
yeah.
too much.
Oh yeah. That's problematic. That's problematic. When you do your research and you find out that hey, maybe this vaccination caused myocarditis, maybe it causes lung complications, maybe it causes liver complications, maybe it causes cancer. But that's problematic. That's problematic. And now they misdiagnose people with COVID up to 86 to 90%. They literally lied all of us into a pandemic.
Yep. So I know people who committed Sudoku because they couldn't handle the lockdowns, especially where I'm from, where it lasted 2 years straight.
Bro,
2
what?
years of staying in your apartment. And if you worked in a restaurant industry, like what the government's paying you is not enough. So then you get wound up in the street. And then one thing leads to another. So it's
People,
not.
dude, people's lives
I'm
were destroyed.
Yeah. Yeah. Like it's Hurricane Katrina, but on a national scale.
There was a story I heard about a firefighter who got the vaccination, and he literally became so disabled that he couldn't do the job anymore.
Yeah.
He had
ruins
so many lung complications.
It ruins it.
And
You have
even if
no
you
idea.
didn't get the shot, even if you didn't get it, the vaccination is so contagious that it can infect other people.
So it's like it wasn't really the virus that we had to worry about, it's the vaccine itself.
Right. Exactly.
Interesting.
Exactly.
Okay. So who's really the bad guy now?
Well, Fauci is one of them.
Yeah, but he's pardoned. So
Yeah, which is something that should have never have happened. But you have overlords like Biden who wanted to who pardoned his family,
No,
including
no.
himself.
Biden isn't the overlord, bro.
Oh, and that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying. Yes, we all know he's a puppet. Yes, we know that. But what I'm saying is that you have people like that who actually have the power, right?
Oh yeah.
Right, or at least not. I mean, obviously not as much as his handlers, but right, a lot more than what we have.
A lot more.
A lot more than what we have, right? Where God forbid I don't pay my goddamn taxes,
Oh, you'll
they
never
lock
get the
me
end
up
of it.
for fucking life
Yeah. 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 They
because
don't
it's
want-
voluntary. Yeah, it's voluntary. Yeah.
They don't want to help in that aspect. You need to pay your dues just like everybody else.
Yeah, while Elon Musk can have his entire net worth in a loan, because loans.
Yeah,
are not,
and he
because
and he
loans are
could
not
afford
taxable.
17 concubines.
Yeah. Anyways, let's get
Anyways.
back to the video.
But it's
EV
still
truck here
related
priced
because
between
Tesla,
$70,000
like
to
for some
$80,000
reason,
on average.
like you're able to sell a truck that the only thing that was holding those stainless steel panels was super glue. Yeah, but that apparently passed safety regulations
Oh my
somehow.
god.
Somehow,
Oh my god.
like
dude.
not for anything, guys. Not for anything. Not for anything. Cars are not made how they were. Not even in the 90s. The 90s cars, I thought I hated 90s cars, but now each decade that passes in my life, I miss 90s cars. The Crown Vic, the old Honda Civic, the Toyota Celica. These are fucking well-built cars.
You know, we thought that.
The Chevrolet Impala too.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. We thought.
Yeah, American cars were good too in the
Back in the
90s.
60s.
No, even in the 90s. In the 90s, they were really good cars. The Ford Mustang Cobra R, a classic.
Right.
You know,
Yep.
it's just they're not made like there's. I feel like every company that we've touched upon that like BlackRock touches, it's almost as if they realize that all of this is a scam and all of this empire, like this republic is falling, kind of. It's like they're slowly like admitting it. That's why they're not really like caring about their quality of products. Like with Campbell, like with Monsanto, the fertilizer business and farming, to everything. And it's they're all
why
friends.
Why do you? Yeah, exactly. They meet once a year.
In the
All of them.
Bilderberg groups. Yeah.
Yeah, they meet once a fucking year. All of them.
It-
And
but
then
isn't-
all of them are also building fucking bunkers because they know what's going to happen.
I know.
They
I
know what's going to
but
happen.
like and then what's gonna happen, what really is gonna happen, unfortunately, is that the people will start cannibalizing themselves before they start helping each other. And then it's gonna be a little bit too little too late if the dominoes keep falling in that order.
Well, I don't think that's necessarily going to happen first.
You are you
Like
sure
I
about that?
like I was talking about earlier. Well, I mean, if you mean cannibalizing each other by stealing from one another, right? Especially
Yeah,
when it comes to food.
like
then
homes
yeah,
are gonna be
probably.
fortresses and neighborhoods will be torn down by
Yeah,
by gangs that had to group up to survive.
yeah, yep, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
So remember, like 10 years ago, like what would you do in The Walking Dead? It's coming. I hope you brainstormed, guys.
Yeah,
But you know, I plan for the worst and I hope for the best at the same time. So hopefully we can all turn this around. We can see that like we are blessed with so many great inventions.
we are past the point of no return for that.
Great.
There's no way. There's no way. There is no. This country has printed too much money. It is too
Way
captured.
too much.
And this, our debt is well. I wouldn't say our debt is too much because there are some billionaires. If they all chipped in, all of our debt would be paid off. But they're not going to do that.
Yeah, because that's not their problem.
Right.
That's
Right.
what's inside of their head. It's just, wait a minute, how much US dollars do you own? Yeah, so it's technically your problem.
Right.
Right, but like, I don't know. It's just the selfishness too at the same time. It's just very, very disgusting.
It's the corruption of the human condition. You know?
Unfortunately, that's what it is, and we have to regulate that. And it
But
looks
how do you
evil.
regulate that?
It looks evil doing it, but there's a reason why you have to be a bit harsher.
Right.
You know?
This goes off into the argument between socialism and communism versus capitalism. You know?
But it's more fundamental than that. It's you can have all of these things for sure, but like if your leaders aren't talking about like a 30-year to 60-year plan with the people and actually being serious and treating your government like rallies as theatrics as opposed to like a serious conversation as grown adults, instead of sensationalizing everything, let's make a plan, a rubric that will actually work as opposed to just a show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If we take politics seriously, all of us, instead of this high school baloney that I'm seeing everywhere, including from independent journalism as well, you know, like we
If
just
that
gotta stop.
were if that were the case, there would be a rebellion of some kind. Because then
I think there has
guess
to be.
what? Well, so obviously none of us want that. None of us want that at all. But I definitely think that's what it's going to come to because
Well, if this keeps up, yeah, for sure. Like, I don't want my grandkids to to normalize the idea of a lollipop costing $20.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, just even surviving, right? But for men to step up and to take office, to start running for office, obviously the people that already have their positions, they're not going to like that, right? And so, should it come to the event where these people are offing people, right? Because they're going to threaten that power that
And
they
they're willing
have.
to do that.
Yeah, of course they are. That's,
This
that's
is who you're
exactly
dealing
what that's
with.
exactly what happened with Charlie.
This is who you're dealing with.
Yeah.
So it's like you got to be
And then
like,
that's why I say it's going to lead to some kind of rebellion or some kind of
it's only natural.
unrest.
That's natural cycles that you see in history. Not only wars, but this is the precursor to major wars that are going to happen in the
Social
foreseeable future.
It's conflict of the social class. It's always what
Yeah.
it's been about. Always
Always.
what it's been about. It's a conflict of social class.
That's it. It's not like we don't want to work for our money. No one is saying that. But
But what's
the people
what
the people at the top are irresponsible. They're not leaders.
exactly? What's the point of working when you are more productive today than ever before in any time in American history, and yet you earn significantly less as opposed to 50 years ago?
Significantly. Your purchasing power is down the tubes as a regular worker.
Exactly.
Even if you make 80K a year, you
this
cannot
reflects
afford.
that. This reflects that.
Literally, you have to be really. Your head has to be really deep in the sand for you to not understand like how screwed we are. Like, I don't care if you're left, I don't care if you're right, up or down. We all have to come together and realize this ship cannot sail in this path anymore, or else we cannot take it.
That's why I tell men especially, we got to start running for office
Yeah,
in
without
mass
sponsors,
in,
just saying
in
how it
mass
is.
numbers.
Look. Here's my prediction. The new presidential run for you guys. When is it? In 2032?
No, 2028.
Okay, so in 2028, what I predict the candidate who will win is if they declare war on Israel.
Well,
If
that's
if
not
one-
ever going to happen.
I know, but like a man could dream. But I'm just saying, if one guy wants to stand out from the crowd, that's what they have to do.
I would
and
be
they're gonna win.
very careful, very careful.
But he could even run as an independent saying that, so he doesn't have to be like labeled as anything.
Well, he's still
And I'm
going to be
pretty sure-
labeled an anti-Semite anyways.
Who cares? It's just a label. It doesn't even matter at this point.
Well, right,
Who-
yeah.
Who
What
killed all the other Semites?
Right. Fair point.
Okay.
That's a
I'm
very
sorry.
fair point.
I'm sorry. I did my research. I'm just sorry. I know too much. Please don't hurt my family. You know.
Yeah, but here's the thing. We actually had a president who was actually going to change things, who was actually going to make a difference, and he was shot
Oh.
right in front of his wife. So,
Oh, right. That's right. Yeah. We all learned our lesson from that day.
yeah.
That we cannot question the narrative anymore. We just have to let things be bygones.
And when you start questioning the narrative, well, then guess what? You get Charlie Kirked,
yeah.
and then
But here,
you also
here
get,
them.
You also now I again I don't know if this is true, but Candace Owens supposedly also had a hit put out on her as well. But There are a lot of things. I'm not saying that Israel did it or not, but there are a lot of things that point to that.
Here's the thing, like especially like what Charlie Kirk's wife is saying about Candace Owens, like saying that like Candace Owens is making billions of dollars over Charlie Kirk's death and stuff, which is something that we should all be paying attention because, just like with JFK, we always have to ask questions and keep our eyes wide open. But going back to my point before is uh just because Candace Owens is making millions of dollars through these YouTube videos, like what about Ben Shapiro making his millions of dollars debating college kids? Why couldn't he donate some of that money to the people that he was debating for their college tuition as like a form of like, payment for them to like the student to be talking to them?
Because
what
we
I'm
all
saying?
know we all know why. He wants us to work
Right.
until we're dead. So he's
Yeah,
gonna
but not him.
he's gonna keep it for himself.
Absolutely, because he works really hard for his money debating
Mhm.
college kids.
Oh yeah, that's such hard work.
Meanwhile,
Such
the
hard work.
miners, the miners that actually are in fucking caves, just like digging and like putting their lives on the line. What about the underwater like scuba diving welders in oil rigs, like in the middle of the fucking ocean that they have to live in pods in the middle of the underneath like the water so that their bodies could pressurize to go into those water depths? Where's their compensation? What about the people in the army, navy, anywhere, and their disabilities are getting revoked, but those disability payments are going to another country?
Mhm.
So
Yep. Or they're going to illegals.
so it's like almost as if like these
Something that I found out today that was super fucking interesting was that I was seeing how a guy was talking about his his illegal immigrant grandmother. If,
Yeah.
if he were to bring his illegal immigrant grandmother to the States, she would receive more of a payout than the majority of people who are retired today. Citizens.
So what does that tell you?
Well, it tells you that the system is beyond broken. There's no way that this system is going to be able to survive because I really don't think the way that it's built today it is designed to break apart eventually. Because again, then we can talk about the one world order, right? We can go down that rabbit hole, but
Yeah, I don't
you
think
know.
it's even gonna make it that far, dude. I think there's gonna be no world order by the time that their plan is done, because
Well,
they're
I
just
mean,
gonna take all the money and run.
well,
They already have
wow,
their bunkers.
that's true. That's true. So I mean,
So
they
what
could
they're
all.
gonna do, is just they're gonna wait until all of this explodes. We're all gonna fight amongst ourselves, reorganize, and then with all of their wealth that they've stolen from us before, they're gonna come back as heroes. Oh yes, I
Ah,
have so much capital that I can give you guys, so we can reinvest into all of these things after you've killed each other in droves,
well,
and then
I
the
don't.
cycle restarts. You
Right.
see?
It could be that. I mean, there's a number of theories out there that could be exactly what's gonna happen, but I don't think so. I
Yeah.
think I really don't think there's too much. I don't think it's too much of a convenience that all of these countries are in decline all at the same time.
No.
China's in massive decline. So is South Korea, Japan, here, the UK, France. All of these places are in decline all at the same time. I don't think it's really a coincidence. I really don't. I really don't. So,
But what is the common, like, the common anomaly of all of them?
social class,
There you go.
you know, that's what it is. The people who are trying to, live day to day cannot survive day to day, right? That's why
No.
they're not having families. That's why the birth rate is continuing to plummet, right? That's why they can't go out and buy these cars.
Yeah. And you would think like it would be affordable because you want to get the job done, right?
Right.
But no,
No,
it's
man.
just every turn that you do in life in North America, they're just trying to squeeze everything out of you.
Yeah. That's absolutely true.
So that's why, like, like I said earlier, guys, just buy a used car. Go with a Camry, go with something that's within your budget. Please do not get into debt by these banks and institutions from interest. Excuse me. Don't do it. It just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense.
No. It doesn't. It doesn't. It absolutely does not.
No. And who are you really impressing with that new BMW?
Well,
Who?
Tinder
Other
date, of
other
course.
yeah, other pieces of shit. Exactly.
Right.
And plus, who still uses Tinder? You know what I mean? Like I use it for fun, just to like see like haha, like oh look all these losers, because it's like I could just go and talk to people. Guys, it's not that hard to talk to normal people on the street.
Yeah.
You
it's
just
really
don't
not.
have to look like a creep.
Well, these days, anyone that's not attractive is treated like a creep.
You just gotta have social skills. First of all, you have to have a reason why you're talking to this person. Second of all, you have to sound like you're interested in talking to this person, but not overly. There's a balance to all of it, right? But like, still, they don't teach this in school, which is a very important skill to have is communication. They don't even teach you that. They teach you English, the subject. They don't teach you how to talk to people.
They teach you how to type on a keyboard. They don't really teach you how to talk with
Not even
someone
that.
face to face.
They don't even teach you how to write cursive anymore.
That's true. They don't even teach you how to sign your own name.
Yeah, that's a lost art now. Kids today don't know how to sign.
Maybe I should make that a video teaching people how to write cursive.
No, dude, that's now that will be misinterpreted and people will just be like, "Why are you making fun of us?"
I don't think so.
You sure?
Dude,
Well, as long as
there
you-
are adults that are growing up now that
Right intentions and you're not doing it like in a condescending way. If you're actually there to teach people, then I support it.
why would I be condescending about it?
I'm just saying, there's how smart asses are. I play a lot of Counter Strike. You have to understand. There's a lot of, just a lot of, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
true.
There's a lot of assholes out there.
That's true. That's true.
So that's all I'm saying. But if you have the right intention to actually
what was
teach
this?
people
What was this story that you wanted to tell?
of what
Your car.
the
experience.
Iacocca. Oh, my car experience
Yeah.
with my Honda Civic.
Yeah. Unless you already.
So
told it.
basic. Well, no, not on the live stream. I told you this in private, but
Oh.
yeah, I still have the photos of the fender bender. But yeah, I got into a fender bender with my 2022 Honda Civic Si. I love that car, but except for the build quality, like I said, it's like
Paper mache.
literally, and the panels like were off, and like because it was built in Canada, like there was a steering column issue like thing where like the steering would be like stiff, like turning left sometimes, and the e-brake wouldn't work. But anyway, so just safety regulations. You think like a Civic is a safe car, but forget about it. But anyway, I get rear-ended on the highway on the right-hand lane. So you think driving safe? No, you'll still get into an accident. That's why I told myself like I should have been like zigzagging, avoiding people, just so I don't get rear-ended. But you know, uh, anyways, don't drive like it's Need for Speed, guys, or like Gran Turismo. Just drive like normally, and hopefully, fingers crossed, people will pay attention behind you. So I get into a fender bender. I get hit from the back. I slingshot to the front. My front end is busted too. Then I go with the insurance suggestion on a garage to repair my car. And they say that it's repairable. And I was like, this doesn't look like it's drivable anymore, even if you repair it because the chassis is warped. And they're like, no, we could fix it. Okay. So that's what the inspector said. But going back and forth of the garage more than 14 times because that garage couldn't repair the car properly. Okay? I
That's
lost
weird.
my job. I lost one of my jobs because they didn't believe me that I had to bring my car back and forth during my shifts because they said it was ready and it wasn't. So 14 times later, plus, uh, even like, I had to replace the doors twice because there was huge scratches from like the
What
mechanics
did
like
you say to these?
negligence.
What did you say to these people once you lost your
Wh-
job?
Ooh, to my employers.
I would have raised hell, dude.
What do you want to do? If you raised, oh look, there was a sign in the garage and it says, "Please mild your tone and your temper, please, please, or else we won't service you if you raise your voice."
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck
Welcome
that.
to Canada, bro. Welcome to
You.
Canada.
Oh, I wouldn't. I couldn't survive.
No,
I
I'm
couldn't
telling you, none
survive.
of none of you Americans would last a fucking month over here. I'm telling you,
I know I
it's not
wouldn't.
fucking, it's not for the faint of heart. But I'm just saying, it's not even something to be proud. It's like I'm a masochist. Like if I lived in America, I would probably rule over you people. But anyway, point being, point being, it just this is all joking, obviously, but like through all of that event, I've realized that the cars today are made of paper mache. The whole system is rigged to just extract a huge amounts of wealth. And by the way, that same garage that serviced my car and basically made my car into like a disaster for both the insurance company and the garage, they were both audited, and the garage no longer exists anymore. So they went out of business. They filed bankruptcy,
Oh, well,
but
good
they
for them.
made their
Good.
money.
Good. Oh, if they lose
You know what I'm
everything.
saying? That's what that's the problem. We don't the whole system has to be revamped
From the ground up.
from the ground up. Like everything because we've been very relaxed on all of these industries and these tycoonists like and entrusting them into being there for us, and they're not. They're not providing a quality service for our dollar.
Exactly.
And you guys are the policemen of the world, and this is how you get treated. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's how we treat ourselves.
That's just unbelievable, if you ask me.
It is what it is, dude.
For now, but I'm just saying, like, it just takes a few
I'm
of us to
just.
just make a
I'm really
difference.
hoping. I'm really hoping that we can change things through uh running for office and replacing all of these people, because there's only one Thomas Massey. You know.
Yeah, there's literally one. There's not 5 or 10 of them at least. It's just him.
Well, I mean, there's a couple, right? But on the
Hopefully.
grand scheme on the grand scheme of things, dude, it's just no, no, no. There's way too many. The majority of Congress is captured by special interest, and
It,
there and lobbying is still continued, or is still allowed. So
I
until
know.
that changes, by replacing these people who actually care about us constituents, nothing's going to change.
None whatsoever.
That's why I'm saying we have to replace these people. We have to.
Well, I can't do it on my end.
Well, right, yeah.
They're irreplaceable. Once they do their time in Parliament, they're set for life
Right, yeah.
with their Canadian pension,
The
golden
plan,
pension, we call it.
the plan is to eventually run for office myself.
Oh
That's the
well, if you
plan.
do it, props to you. Like, hopefully, you can actually make a difference for your countrymen
I hope so.
and
hope
for
so.
their kids and grandkids and great grandkids. You know what I'm saying?
It starts here. You know,
Absolutely.
because do well with YouTube, then take that other places. You know,
Slow and steady.
but I want to continue to do the work, um, good, honest, hard work for the people, and then get into office. That's what I would like
But
to do.
honest and fair. That's all what we want.
Yeah.
These car companies that are building these cars, it's nothing's honest about it, and there's no fairness at all. The prices are garbage. The product is garbage. It's not even plastic. it's it's just like you're not
Literally
getting what you're
cardboard,
paying.
dude.
You're not getting what you're paying for at all. For these exorbitant prices, more than $50,000 for a plastic car with wheels? No, thank you. And electrical components that if one thing breaks in that thing, it's gonna cost like 60% of the car's value.
Yep.
You're gonna pay $20,000 for that car to replace all the electrical components if something happens.
Yep.
Like, what's the point? Like, literally, you're flexing what right now? This like that side culture of just showing off stuff has to stop because we have to mock it.
Materialism, dude. That's got to end too. But I think materialism is ending. I really do think
It is. It is.
It's dying
It
off as it
is.
should.
You know, like even the idea of Christmas. Like, Christmas is not about giving gifts. It's about the act of giving gifts and being in that communal space with your family and friends.
Right.
That you're able to do that. Community,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Not living in a commune, excuse me, but having a community. And that's lacking these days as well. They're like everyone is just a lone wolf. And,
True.
and that mentality, like, honestly, like, lone wolves die quicker than wolves in a pack.
Yeah.
So that's my imparting like idea that I want to give to the audience here that's listening. Whether it be live or through the video itself, is to just always remember that you're stronger with more people other than just yourself. And it's also, you're stronger as an individual the more you know, and when you do your research, you're more empowered.
We all have to unite. That's what it is. We're too
Essentially.
divided. We're too divided here in this nation.
Which
Way
you
too
shouldn't be divided. You guys are Americans. You guys did a world a favor twice. You know what I'm saying?
I guess so, yeah.
In a matter of speaking, like, we could talk about like what the banks were doing behind the scenes, but realistically, on the across the other side of the pond,
It was
there
the
are the
banks
ones
that
who are
started those wars. We know.
yes, but still, it takes two to tango,
True.
and they're just bankers. You know what I'm saying? They're not warlords. They're just bankers.
Well,
So-
they are warlords because they're starting wars.
No, I know, but like, I'm just saying, it's just like they were telling the people with the guns to go and start shooting, is what I'm saying. So it's
Oh,
like,
Yeah.
that's why I mean, it takes two to tango. It's like,
Right.
who initiated the process of the immense amount of bloodshed that didn't even need to fucking happen, you know?
Should have never happened.
No, twice it should have never happened, but you know,
Right.
That's the
I mean,
thing,
any
it-
war, but yeah.
so like, at the same time, we're in a very interesting moment in, you know,
We
in,
are
human
watching
history.
history before our very eyes because the change that AI is about to have on all of us, is forget about vehicles, right?
Oh yeah, forget about that.
Because when AI comes around and Uber starts buying up all of these vehicles that can literally drive itself, there will be no need for a car at that point.
There wouldn't even need to be a restaurant. It would just be ghost kitchens everywhere, and then the car would come, and the droid would give it inside of the car,
Yep.
and then off it goes to its routes, and then all you need is to just so the restaurant experience is done. And who's gonna be cooking all of that food? It's gonna be robots,
Yep. It's
and
gonna
and
be
and
AI.
just one engineer just to make sure and oversee, and probably from India, overseeing all of the to make sure that everything is
Yeah,
running
through
accordingly.
H-1B visas because America doesn't have the fucking talent, according to this clown of a president that we have.
The people who invented the internet, and you're telling me that you guys don't have the talent. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how could you say the American people are stupid without saying the American people are stupid? You just say that.
Well, you vote in Donald Trump. That's how you do that.
But look, yeah. The thing is that still, my argument also is that what other choice did you have?
That's
the
We
problem.
didn't have a choice. That's what it was. It was
That's why
either
you.
it was either clown number 1 or clown number 2.
That's why you should have a third clown at least.
Well, here's the thing: is that either way, either clown that gets into the circus, it's all one circus.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
doesn't matter if you vote red or blue, you still get Netanyahu.
Yo, that rhymes.
So
Whether it's. Did you just come up with that?
yeah.
Whether it's red or blue, you'll always get Netanyahu. Like it just fits. It rhymes.
It really just
it's
fits.
so poetic.
It really just fits.
That should be part of a song.
That should be. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. But well, I think that is just we're at 2 hours now, so I think that's pretty much all that we could really talk about tonight. But
Yeah.
one of the biggest things that we really want to touch on is what's going on, Hugo? Dude, you're so late, man. We're actually just about to end the stream.
Oh no.
But I hope you're having a good Friday, man. Actually, no. Oh, okay, awesome, dude. Well, actually, tell you what. Yeah, whoopsies. Yeah, that's right. No, I'm kidding, man.
You're good,
you
man.
got in.
Don't
You
worry
got in
about it.
just at the right time, actually, because we just got into. We actually, yeah, we just got into kind of breaking things down, from what we talked about the stream today. So, the average price for new cars today is over $50,000. So, I bought my car. My truck is a 5.7 Hemi. I bought my truck for $16,000 off of Facebook Marketplace. Guess what? No APR, no API, okay, no interest, aside from the loan, which is great because now you don't have to worry about anything outside of that loan. Okay.
Nope.
So if you can go and buy your car, right, privately, it's better if you can pay it off in full. Because I've bought vehicles for like $900, and you can absolutely do that. Save up for it, of course, but you can absolutely do that. Buy your car privately. Don't go to lots. Okay, they will absolutely screw you over. That was number one.
Oh yeah.
That was number one that we talked about, right? So we wanted to break that down. 2, we were also talking about e-bikes. Okay, if you car insurance is continuing to go up, you're even paying mortgage payments, right? Over
Literally.
$700 for new cars, over $500 for used cars, right? That's rent for some people. Okay, so it's better to get around all of that, right, by buying an e-bike. Okay,
Literally.
and you can switch out tires and stuff like that, as Mike was talking about earlier, to accommodate winter weather, right? So it's better to buy an e-bike where you're spending what, $1,000 to $3,000. Okay, $3,000 versus $50,000. Do the math. So, it's better to save yourself in the long run there. I think for USAA, which is the bank that I use, I think it's 100 something, but that's also because I get property and casualty. I think property and casualty. Anyways, insurance is continuing to go up, and it's going to continue to go up, and it's going to skyrocket here the next few years. We were talking about AI, right? AI is one of the biggest ones because we're also scheduled to lose 300 million jobs due to AI, right? And so, how are you going to be able to pay your car note now that your job, or now that you were replaced, by AI? You no longer have a job, right? So
and And now the Pentagon is actually using generative AI now, not large language models. It's actually the real AI stuff.
Really? They're like
The
general
Pentagon.
general
Yeah,
AI. They're using that
yeah.
right now.
Right now.
What the?
Right now, it's
So
confirmed
so
now.
there's only a matter of time. Literally,
Skynet is real.
we only have a few years in that case.
Less than 5 years. 4 years max.
That's
Right
what
now.
that's why I said this country. See, every single they told me I was crazy. They told me I needed to go and touch fucking grass for saying what I
Oh
said.
no.
This country has 5 years left before it is completely unrecognizable. Right? And I would say it falls. Anyways,
Well, the Republic will fall
right. And
in
then
its place.
it'll turn into something else. Right. What's
And
left of what our founding fathers had intended for this nation will all be gone in the next 5 years.
yeah, it won't mean anything. Your guns will be revoked. Your freedom of speech will be like
If they
the
get rid
past.
of the filibuster, which Trump was actually talking about getting rid of the filibuster because of this debacle with the government shutdown for
Right.
what 45 days, wasn't it?
That's a
Something like
long
that.
time for a government to be shut down. Yeah.
Exactly.
Way
But
too long.
I mean, they could definitely still get rid of the second. I don't know if that'll be the case because there are just way too many Americans that are armed. But then again, they're secretly killing us through microplastics anyway. So, but that's another.
Oh yeah,
That's
but like
another fucking rabbit hole. But anyways, right? We were talking about AI. Okay, AI is going to soon take over the entire car industry anyways, because think about this, right? With AI being literally, we were just talking about general intelligence, right? Which means that they can think just like you and I can.
yeah.
That's what general intelligence is. And then the step above that, which is the highest form of intelligence, is super intelligence, which means they can think on multiple different levels, right? As pretty much a hive mind. Pretty much whenever we hit general intelligence, it's only a matter of time before super intelligence comes about. Okay. And that's what really scares that fucking terrifies the shit out of me.
Yeah, because it's not the technology, it's who's controlling it.
Exactly. That's
That's
probably one of the most powerful weapons that you could ever use
on
Right.
anything, even
on
alien
anything.
races.
Exactly. But whenever all of this AI stuff starts rolling out, think of Uber, right? Uber Eats, right? Uber driving, right? Where you got to go from point A to point B. Like say you got to go to work, right? There's not going to be a need to buy a car anyways, because then you could just call an Uber and then a car that drives itself because of AI can come pick you up and take you to work.
Exactly.
So
No,
there's
but
literally no
what
point.
work? There's gonna be no work for you to go to anyway.
well, you're gonna go to work and they're gonna tell you that you're laid off
Oh yeah. Oh,
and that you're
but
not
then they're
getting
gonna
a severance package.
I understand. So they're gonna force you to go to another job where you didn't sign up for, but because you have to pay back your loans of this car that you didn't ask for, and you know?
Yeah.
It's just your
As
rights
you're
are gonna
getting
be
onto the bus, they then strip you of all of your clothes and they give you this really fancy striped clothing, you know. And they tell you, hey, look, there's this fancy new, ankle monitor, ankle bracelet, that all of the youngins are wearing, and they're gonna put that on you, and then they're gonna weld a 50-pound ball to it, and then what they're gonna do is they're gonna tell you to go out into the coal mines, right? And then that's gonna be your new life from that point on. So
Oh yeah, for sure. Because God bless the United States of America
right.
and the freedom of your choice.
Yeah. So we're all going to be jobless because of AI, right? look, uh, Jeffrey Bezos, right? He had opened up 30,000 new jobs, I believe, this year. 20,000 of those jobs, I'm sorry, 10. What? I think it was 10,000 of those jobs was AI, and then 20,000 was through H-1B visas. Okay,
So non-American.
non-American, none.
Wow. And you know where I'm from in Quebec? We had Amazon depots, and ever since they wanted to start unionizing, Amazon left. So we don't have Amazon in Quebec.
Mm-hmm.
So like close to 15,000 jobs just gone.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what they'll do. Like if you're not tripling, quadrupling your profits, you get out. And then you make the government pay for it. So
Well,
Amazon didn't really
ultimately, who pays for it is us.
Yeah,
You guys.
Amazon
That's who
didn't
pays for
lose money. Amazon didn't lose any money opening all of these warehouses and building them from the ground up. Now they're just empty. It's vacant over here.
Dude, Bezos is worth hundreds of billions of dollars. Dude. You know?
What is that type of money, bro? You can't even imagine that type of money.
So with private equity continuing to buy up homes, we're not going to have a home. We're not going to have a car.
No,
We're not going to
No.
have a job. We're not going to
No.
have fucking anything.
you're not even gonna have the clothes on your back because that's gonna be on credit. Merry Christmas.
And that's for people who survive the COVID vaccine.
through it. Yeah.
Because if
And
you
who
guys don't
knows-
follow a doctor by the name of John Campbell, he actually has a YouTube channel. He's the only one that's talking about these aggressive cancers that are coming from the vaccine.
And we don't even know the generational implications of this. What's gonna happen to your kids or
Actually,
great
no,
grandkids?
they do know.
Oh, they do now?
Yeah, they do know, because the women that are actually having children, some of those health complications are then being passed down to them.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
So they just created a humanitarian crisis.
They did. They
Wow,
did. And
just-
yet
just
there are
for-
still no charges.
Just for a couple $1 billion, you ruin like basically half of human civilization just to get a paycheck.
That's why I say eugenics.
Yeah,
That's exactly why
Yeah.
I say eugenics.
that's literally what that is. That's literally what that is.
It's literally what it is. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But just so we don't go down that rabbit hole, because we could talk about that all day long.
Oh yeah.
But so that's what we touched on. And you were also talking about some of your stories.
Oh yeah, with my Honda
with your
Civic
Honda,
and bringing
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Just like I didn't even get a Mustang. I didn't get a BMW. I just got a brand new Honda Civic, and that thing like just turned me down endlessly because it was a 2022 Honda Civic, and like the build quality wasn't there because it was built in Canada. If it was built in Japan, I know they would do a phenomenal job.
Dude, cars built in Japan last. Maybe not Toyota.
But still, Toyota's good.
Depends on where you go. Because there are a lot of Toyotas out there that are absolutely garbage. The Tacoma, garbage.
Yeah,
Absolute
but the new
garbage.
Tacoma for sure. But like a 2004 Tacoma, no.
Oh yeah, no, that absolutely no. Those
No.
things ran great. The older cars, yes. I
Yeah.
bought I think it was a 2001 or 2003, I think something like that. Mitsubishi. While I was in Germany, great car. Great car. I bought it for $900. Okay.
It
So
did
you
its
can
job.
absolutely do that. So those are just some of the, I can't exactly remember all of the things that we touched on, but I would say those are the big things that we touched on.
Except for our tangents that we ran on
Right.
with other subjects.
Right.
But
right.
it's eerie to think that all of this is all related. When we talk about the vaccination, when we're talking about the economy, when we're talking about corrupt politicians, when it's all of this is still relative to the same subjects that we talk about endlessly to help make America be at least sustainable.
Agreed.
Not great again. I don't want to say that catchphrase.
I
Ronald
always
Reagan
I
used it
say-
once,
I say MIGA.
you know?
I say MIGA, MIGA.
You should put 2 G's just to troll people.
No, I'm not gonna do that because then I'm gonna be called a racist.
How?
I've
You
already
misspelled
been
it.
called an anti-Semite.
You should be called illiterate, like not racist because you can't spell, but like that would be the
Well,
joke, right?
well, I know for sure I am illiterate.
Hey man, we're human. We're not perfect.
So I
We're not
wouldn't,
AI.
I wouldn't, I would fire back with that insult.
But still, all this to say is that the old way of like us relying on ourselves as humans is slowly fading away.
that's already
It's
faded
we-
away. We
yeah, we-
rely way too much on technology.
Way too much.
Way too much. on
Way too
technology.
much.
If I didn't have this fucking thing, my life would be over. Because
Yeah.
all of the dioramas that I make, I film off of this thing.
Yeah.
I have an important call. This is it.
Yeah.
You know, I used to film off of this thing too for my videos back in the day.
That's what I'm saying. It's just I don't know. It's like you can't be a shepherd herding sheep anymore. It's just that life doesn't exist anymore. You can't be like a humble carpenter just building chairs for your village.
There's
You
only
can't
a
do
certain there's only a matter of time before that's replaced too.
It's already replaced. It's called China mass industrializing and just being the world's exporter of dog shit goods.
Oh, well, yeah, that's fair.
You know?
That's fair.
So the direction that I see all of this going, especially when I'm looking at the car market, it's just if car companies want to survive, they have to make a car for the people that's just bare bone. And if you want to add stuff, you add stuff yourself with third party, like, you know, other brands that are specially tailored for, like, if you want to add a stereo to your like $15,000 brand new car, you can. Or you could just buy the bare bone version where it just has a steering wheel, airbags, tires,
But
an
where are you gonna
engine,
buy it?
transmission, and a chassis. Huh?
But where are you gonna buy it?
But that's what I'm saying. If the car companies ever decided to make a car like that, it would sell like hotcakes.
If they decided to,
Yes,
there you go, right
if
there.
they decide.
If they decided
Yeah.
to. That's why I say buy an old car. Buy a reliable car. Privately buy a car. Or
And maintain that.
Buy an e-bike.
Learn and maintain it, learn about it, how to do your oil by yourself, how to change your tires by yourself, do the basics like that. And you're going to look cool doing it too because, you know,
I'm gonna
more
think
than
you're
half-
I'm gonna think you're cool.
I'm going to think you're cool
I
too.
think you guys are cool anyways. So every single one of you.
Regardless, but I'm just saying knowledge is power at the end of the day, and the more that you learn that you're more than just flesh and bone, that you're capable of doing many things, you could be more self-sustaining by yourself instead of relying on these services and these products that are dog shit and made today from scrap, and they're charging like it's a diamond.
Yep.
It's not how it used to be. It's not built how it used to be. The philosophy too in capitalism today is
They used to hide it.
tremendously flawed.
They used to hide their greed. But now they don't even care to.
Now they don't care to. Now
They
now
don't
they're
care
like
to.
they call you brokey openly. Like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like and then they get confused why like people are chopping like their hands off when they have $50,000 watches. It's like, why would you spend $50,000 on a watch? Why? Why, bro? You tell me that. Why? Why
that-
would you spend that much when your plastic device? Look. All you have to do is just that, and you get the fucking time. Why do you have to spend $30,000 on a mechanic device on your wrist? Why?
Oh, also, this is a radiation field too. So,
Yes.
apparently,
Yes.
apparently, just this phone here, this is cooking my hand with radiation.
Oh
So,
yeah. And parents are giving it to kids for them to stay quiet
Yeah.
and watch their, like Lulu, what is it? I was about to say Lululemon, but that's
I know
something
you were
else.
about to say Lululemon.
That was something
I
else.
don't.
Coco Melon.
I don't what it fucking Lululemon makes cartoon shows now. What the fuck,
That'd be fucking weird.
dude? Can you imagine, bro? Hey, what are you doing? It's just some chick in gym shorts doing her her butt streams.
Hey kids,
On
this is
Twitch.
number 2 for my butt cheeks.
Oh,
This
this
is-
is how we
this-
sing this song. Ood out.
Oh my god. But that's how it is. Oh my god. That's literally how it is.
Oh
It's
my
not-
god, dude.
I wish I could laugh, but it's not even funny anymore.
It's just sad. It's just sad.
But like another thing how sad this all is that I remember in 2008 hearing these talk show hosts talking about the same problems then. How cars were not made like the way that they used to be. And it's just like it's getting worse and worse and worse.
we have had
You know?
warnings for decades. For decades. For decades.
Unfortunately, we've only been around for 3 decades. Like
Well,
you know what I mean? Like
well,
in
what,
our cir-
what,
in our
what, what, what,
circumstance?
what I'm saying, each generation since like the 20s or 30s, right? Even before then, people were warning of what's going to happen, and we haven't been listening. We haven't been
No,
listening.
now it's like are you willing to listen? Yes or no?
But
Are
what?
you willing
but
to
what,
change your lifestyle? Yes or no?
But the only thing that we could ever do, and this is the last thing that I want to touch on before we end the stream. The last thing I
Yeah.
want to touch on. The only thing that we can ever really do is run for office to take off to take the positions from these people, right? Make policy changes, change the laws, outlaw lobbying. Okay, ban it outright. Okay,
yeah.
put criminal charges on these companies that extort people and that put monopolies, because that was considered illegal from the start anyways, but because of greedy politicians, getting their share in it, you know put criminal charges against CEOs for that shit, for these monopolies, right? Just make changes, right? We got to start doing this stuff. We got to start doing this stuff, right?
And it has to be done now before it's too late. Or else you won't have an economy. And then we're all going to be under the boot of BRICS. You know, BRICS, right?
Right.
Like India, Russia, China.
Yep.
You know, Iran as well is going to be a part of it as well.
But here's the thing: are we too late? That's the question. I think that's the most important question that we can ask, right?
We just have to try.
Because
That's
the
the
people,
only hope we have.
the people that have been making a change, such as I don't agree with everything that Charlie Kirk has said, but Charlie Kirk is a really good example of this because he was actually working to make a good change.
And then he started questioning the narrative. He started questioning like his donors. Like, are we really doing the right thing for the people? I didn't really sign up for this, guys. What's going on?
Yep. And then they
Why
took
am I
him out.
getting harassment when I'm getting pushback from this? I'm just asking questions.
And now supposedly they're doing the same thing with Candace. So, here's the thing. Here's the
Yeah.
thing. They may be able to take one or two of us, but they are not going to be able to take millions of us.
And that's the thing. You can't get scared anymore.
Unless they institute martial law. But if we, in the hundreds of thousands, millions, start running for office, start taking office from these people and making things right, nothing's going to change. Actually, no, things are going to continue to get worse.
Oh, absolutely worse. It's unchecked power.
Because the only thing that we
It's-
ever wanted was a happy, fair, peaceful life. And that's what we all want. That's the only thing we want. It's the only thing we want. But by the time
it's
that we
not
all
much.
exactly, it's not much. It's the bare minimum, actually. Right? But because we want to then take action in our own hands and to make it that way, then that's going to bring violence to our front doors, and that's
Yeah.
going to cause an unrest.
It's just the same example like you did with the two guys in the Rock.
Exactly.
It's just the human condition at that point
And Hugo,
that we just have to correct it.
Hugo, I explained it this way. Went to go and get some rocks from one of the streams from, on the edge of town. And well, apparently you can't do that. I didn't know that at the time, but apparently you can't do that. And so we put the rocks back. And one of my former friends at the time had said, "Hey, why is it that the government owns a fucking rock in a stream? Why is it that that's the case? That's nature's rock. They don't own nature." I said, I'll explain it to you this way. Man one looks at rock, says, "My rock, shiny rock, I like rock. My rock." Man two comes along and says, "You can't have that rock. That's not your rock. That's nature's rock." Man one then kills man two with the rock, cleans off rock, and man one says, "It's my rock." And guess what? He's right. It is his rock. That is the nature of not just humanity, but animals. Because guess what? We are animals just like anything else. And you may say we have a First Amendment right. We have a Second Amendment. We have a Third Amendment, Fourth Amendment, Fifth Amendment, so on and so forth. But if the government comes to your doorstep and says, "Hey, you no longer have your First Amendment right," guess what?
You don't.
You don't. And now you have to use your Second Amendment right.
Yeah, but that's exactly what it's for.
That's exactly
That's what
what
the
it's
second.
for.
Yeah, but that's the thing. With that Second Amendment, it means that there's no such thing as a domestic terrorist.
Well, there's absolutely a thing as a domestic terrorist. But
What?
the very moment that your government declares certain things, domestic terrorism, like flying the Gadsden flag, like flying the Betsy Ross flag, your government is heading down a very, very dangerous road.
Oh yeah, and history repeats itself. We've seen this before.
I always say that history doesn't repeat itself. History records the cycles of humanity. It's humanity that repeats itself.
Yeah,
Because we always build and then we destroy.
yeah. We're not great at maintaining things. That's our problem.
No, because we're dumb
Hey,
animals. We're stupid monkeys. That's what we are.
Yo, okay. Speak for yourself, tough guy. Okay.
Well, I see.
I like to think of myself as an ape.
Okay, well you
know?
go ahead. You go ahead and swing from your vines. Okay. I'll just remember to
Okay.
throw a wad of shit at you midair, knock you off midair.
Very good. But unfortunately for us, apes and monkeys, sooner or later, bananas are not going to exist anymore because of the genetic mutations that is happening with them. Because we're only breeding the female version of the fruit, and so now there's no males to reproduce with the female plants. So it's like we're basically over genetically modifying it out of extinction.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah. Like, in a way, like, we're manipulating the genome so much that it's no longer going to exist anymore. It's not going to be able to plant anymore.
That's crazy.
So,
What the fuck?
I mean, this is what happens, guys, when you play with God. You let God do its fucking thing.
Well, I don't believe in God, so
No. But like
nature.
in the terms of when you manipulate these like microscopic components that we can't see visually
Right, yeah.
in nature,
Yeah.
and not understand its implications of the balance of order in our
Like
whole.
AI, yes.
Exactly. Then ho- there are unforeseen consequences that we as a species are not equipped to deal with.
The powers that be are driving our species into extinction
For fun.
for fun.
They
That's what's
they
happening.
they're thrilled about it. They're having parties all the fucking time.
Wasn't it? Oh, what the? Because I can't believe Peter Thiel,
Yeah.
Peter Thiel, the CEO of Palantir, that is openly used in a certain country as surveillance, counterterrorism surveillance, data collection.
Mind you.
That also is used here in the States to collect your data, to then be a data center base for governments to use, okay,
Against the people.
against the people. This same man does not believe humanity should exist.
No. But he's a part of humanity, which is he?
Lizard man.
Like how could you be a billionaire and think of an argument that fucking stupid?
Dumb monkeys, like I said. Dumb monkeys.
Who's the monkey? Is it us? Or is it
It's all of us, bro. All of us. I still
You
shit
know?
in my living room, okay? And I make Sky clean it up.
Oh,
we skip
boy.
we her and I have come to an agreement,
Okay.
about skipping the, rubbing the nose in it, right? So, we just skip that whole process, and she just goes and she cleans it up. So, but I eat my
At
bananas.
least.
I do eat my bananas. Okay. So-
Enjoy it while it lasts. Oh, yes.
But
You see how everything is relative to shitification of America and also the global markets as well? Just by looking at the car market as we see, like everything is related to how these billionaires, oligarchs, are all in the same club and they're all shaking hands to make sure that they get the best deal for themselves. While us, we're all on credit just to get a loaf of bread.
a bioengineered loaf of bread, mind you.
It's not even real.
It's not even
we're
real.
we're in debt for something that's not
3D
even real.
printed loaf of bread.
You can't even make this shit up, dog.
You really can't. Weren't they cloning like chickens or some shit?
They actually
goats?
cloned they cloned now a wolf that has been extinct for 10,000 years.
What?
Yeah.
Yo, look this up.
Yeah, I'll look, I'll show you.
Look this up. Cuz I'm getting kind of excited about that one. That actually sounds pretty dope. Why can't they bring the saber tooth back? They were
They're
actually
planning on doing it.
Yeah, they were actually talking about bringing dinosaurs back too. I remember they were working on that. There was an actual possibility, right? Because the way genetics work is that through time, if there's a genetic adaptation that needs to happen, then it will happen. But
That's right here.
what was previously done, that gene is now locked. Okay, so let's see. Yes, biotech company Colossal Biosciences. Okay, claims to have de-extincted the dire wolf. Oh, the dire wolf. What?
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. What the fuck is what? What?
We're playing with God right now, dude.
Dude, we
This
are
is-
no. We're not playing
this
with
is
God.
scary.
We are playing God.
Yeah, this is scary stuff.
Because
But think
imagine,
about the
imagine what they could do with this. Because it's not going to be some funny, bringing the dodo bird back, ha 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 ha. Toss it around like it's a fucking volleyball on a beach. No, 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 no.
No.
They're gonna bring back the plesiosaur, right? And anyone that's swimming in a lake is gonna be food.
Well, us Goyim, not the
Oh,
oligarchs that are going to be in the bunkers that are going to be sheltered
yes.
from that.
Yes, us
horridness.
us rats that eat the white bread. Yes,
The fake white
the
bread.
fake white bread, right? The microplastics white bread.
It's just it's like once you think you're getting fucked in the ass, it just gets deeper.
Oh, dude, you just keep going deeper onto the fist, onto the forearm.
Oh, baby.
Dude.
Oh my God, give it to me. Let me feel something again. Oh my God.
Oh man, yeah, because Netflix doesn't give me enough of excitement. So
Well, because nothing's being again shitification like of all and like of
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
business disciplines, including entertainment.
All
Like
we
nothing
get-
creative. There's no creativity.
all we
just look
get
at
is shitty, a shitty Halo series and cuties.
Oh my God.
That's all we get,
Bro. They're releasing a Halo 1 remake without multiplayer in
like ever?
2025. So
Like
you're
ever?
telling me that Halo Reach is more of a complete game than this new game coming out?
Wait. Okay. Hang on.
Okay, I'm hanging.
Let's not go too much into this rabbit hole because we're supposed to be talking about cars, and then we
I'm
went
just
into a
saying.
fucking rant, as we always do.
I'm just saying, like everything is related. We're all getting fucked by every angle by the same people
That's true.
that should be in competition, not friends. Right? I thought that was what a market should be, competition, so that the consumer gets the best result, not the other way around, where all the business owners are all friends and we're all getting fucked. Yeah, free market, my ass.
Anyways, guys, buy an e-bike. Well, just so we're not on here for too much longer, because I think we've pretty much already talked about anything that we could talk about.
Well, we
But
talked about cars at least.
It's all connected. All of it is connected. Yeah, you're right. All of it's connected. All of it.
I
is
know.
Connected.
It's just weird how it's all happening at the same time. That's all
at
I'm
the
saying.
Same time. All at the same time. Yeah, it's no coincidence. It's no coincidence that all of these countries are going into decline at the same time.
No, none whatsoever, including the great nation of the United States.
Right.
It just doesn't make sense.
Right.
And it's still like the production levels are surpassing any level that has ever preceded us in time. We're the most productive we've ever been ever, and yet we're still getting fucked over. We're still getting screwed.
Yeah, we're still
How?
we're still getting.
If we make an overabundance of a stuff, a thing, wouldn't that make that thing cheaper, not more expensive? Right?
Not today. Not today.
Not, of course, because economics is backwards. Everything that I learned about compound interest is totally upside down.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah.
fugazi.
Yeah.
It's a lie.
It's always been a lie.
The paper notes that you're holding is just an IOU from the Fed that owes money to itself.
Yeah, pretty much.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Never
You
did,
see?
never will. So, anyways, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up here. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate and love every single one of you that have joined. And you guys have a good night. Thank you so much. If you ever need me, please reach out. I'm always here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be the ARC live stream, so make sure you guys stop by for that. Weekends is strictly gaming, so Saturday and Sunday. Sunday, Mike and I are going to be starting Halo 2 on Legendary. So that is
Yes.
going to be a great start of that series there. So make sure you guys come on over. Thanks, man. Thank you so much, Hugo. I hope what we talked about here helped you out. And if it did,
Hopefully.
that is awesome. Also, show us a picture of your whip.
Yeah, why not?
I want to
see
see what
it.
your whip looks like. That way we could
Hell yeah.
compare it to my shitbox. So
Well, I can't compare it to anything I own because I don't own a car anymore because they're not made like what they used to be.
oh, yeah, we
And
can't.
also, the car market itself with insurance companies is a big scam in of itself. But anyways,
We talked plenty. We talked about that for 2 hours, almost 3. So,
yeah.
you guys have a good night, and I will talk with you guys tomorrow. See you guys. Bye, guys. Have a good night.